Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios. Weekly Wing It number 66 here on Rumble and YouTube. And starting off tonight, Billy Bobsack. Billy, how you been?
Kaplaw.
Kaplaw.
Or done the Mockingjay stream yesterday.
No
and
sympathy
MD
for
Boncher.
No sympathy for self-inflicted wounds.
Well, Readout forced us to do it, you know. It's involved.
Don't put that evil on me, Billy Bob.
And speaking of which, how are you tonight, Readout?
Oh, I'm completely discombobulated today. I don't know why. I can't wait to reset for tomorrow and try again.
And
Hey,
James
man.
Esparza.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be on the stream. Been working hard on a lot of stuff. Going to have a amazing update on my Substack on the 1st, so look out for that.
All right. And Stormcrow.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. And Frederick Guimont. Did I get it right this time?
Fu Man, what up, dude?
And Raven Nevermore.
Frederick, gotta say hello.
Yeah, all hail the fellowship.
Oh, God damn, I was muted. Sorry about that.
All right, he's back. Well, vocally anyway.
Yes.
Did I get the name right this
You're
time?
very close. It's Guimont, not Guimont, so very close.
Guimont.
Yes.
C'est français.
Yes, sir.
And also joining us, RH Snow.
Hi!
She snuck in.
I snuck in.
And also sneaking in over on the chat side of the show, we got Raven Nevermore. Gee, I think I've seen him somewhere before. Fu Man Blue. And Anthony Rondinelli,
What up?
a.k.a.
What up,
Rondo.
man? Well, oh my goodness. Miss Snow, I'm very happy you're here.
What
You
a
have
sweet
no idea.
guy. What a sweet guy.
Wherever she goes, people are happy they're there because she's there.
That is so
Yes.
sweet. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Awesome.
Oh,
Not like
I
John
know,
Douglas,
awesome.
who said I was still talking to this very day.
Hey, whoa.
Well, that can't also be true.
Yes,
Whoa,
it
whoa,
probably
whoa,
is.
Back up. What did John say?
John was
Did
sniping.
he diss you?
Yeah, no, John was. I was on the Ginger panel for the first one, and we got going about something. So naturally, they snipe it, and when they sniped it, I'm just going to town on some subject. I basically turned into like a female Royce, and I was just like, dude, yeah. He listens for like 2 minutes or something, and I'm still just rocking it. I'm just like beating it to death, and he's like, "Yeah, she's still talking." And he just shuts it off.
Oh, absolutely not.
And I watched
Ethan,
when he did
okay.
it. It was terrifying. It was like so funny. As I posted on there, and I'm still talking now.
Okay, Miss Snow,
Yes.
this is my swear to you then. This is my oath. I'm going to hunt that guy down, and I'm going to peel his green skin.
No,
one
don't
talk to
do
you
that.
like that.
John is my
Yeah, I
friend.
will.
Don't do it.
He's an
You can't-
orc lover. In D&D terms, he deserves nothing but scorn. Ain't that
Well,
right, Roger?
while Stormcrow is peeling skin in Minecraft,
Yeah.
Animation Overload just popped in, as well as Andrew Campbell. How's it going, guys?
Hey, guys. I swear
So-
this is a family-friendly channel. I swear it.
It really is.
In Minecraft.
Ooh, drawings. No, Fu Man, how are you doing? I love you.
Yeah, look at it.
Oh,
He's drawing.
What you drawing?
He's
Holy
drawing
crud, that looks awesome.
people type people.
Yeah, this is page 8 and 9 of my upcoming comic, Ratel. So, coming along nice and smooth.
Sweet. Anthony Rondinelli says family-friendly skin peeling.
Mm-hmm.
Only if your family's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family.
Well, if you know my paid in blood session I had with these guys, you're not exactly far off with the family-friendly skin peeling. Ain't that right, Wrangler?
Myers residents, have you tried our new pork rinds?
Wow, check please.
Oh man.
So,
All right, I'm gonna
I
ask
just
a question.
blanked out. Wow.
Yeah, he
What
went to
happened?
Resetting.
I don't know.
he 404'd. It was very terrible. Buncher,
Yo,
have you seen the Ghostbuster movie?
I have
Oh,
not
no.
because
Okay.
unfortunately we were down with pneumonia in this household.
Oh no.
But she's doing much better now, and so that's on the agenda for this week.
All right, we will talk about that next
Yeah.
week.
No, go ahead and spoil away. I already kind of know the basics of the
Oh
whole
no,
plot.
I
Okay.
haven't
Just
seen it
remember that was the
myself.
last one. This one was just a brain fart.
Well, hold on. I also saw
Oh, no.
Dune Part 2. I saw
Okay,
that.
something better to talk about.
Yep, Dune Part 2 is something we watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will probably be buying it.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
I took my mom to see it, actually. She had a great time.
Wow.
Did she see the first one, though?
Yeah, she did. She saw it on
Okay.
Netflix, then we saw the Part 2.
Okay.
I told her to do that because there was no way I was going to spend the entire movie being like, hey, who are the Harkonnens and why are they all looking like that?
No.
Well, okay, Mom. The reason the Harkonnens look like that is so and so and so. That would have ruined the movie. Thank God
You'd
I
be
didn't
talking
have
through
to go
most of it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, why are these women dressed like Halloween medieval space witches? Are they the Sith from Star Wars?
Because they are. Let's just sum up. The Bene Gesserit are Halloween space witches.
In the words of Black Knight, and Black Knight said this, they are the most evil faction that he has ever encountered in fiction.
Wow.
The Black Knight, Star Shatter, dude, great books. Everyone should buy them.
Everyone should buy it.
And how do we do this? How do we talk about Dune? Because I can spend the whole night talking about Dune.
Wait. First, I need to ask you a question.
Yeah?
Black Knight is looking for someone to host a stream that he does. He's wanting to do one called Terran Tuesdays. And he is looking for someone who would help us host one, just to be like up there to like just sit there and let him talk and put your stream on there. If you're interested in something out there, if you would be willing, because there are those of us out here who are terrible at this kind of stuff. I don't even know how to stream. I'm just basically here for funs and laughs. But if y'all knew how to do that, if you would talk to Black Knight about possibly helping him set up a live stream every Tuesday, and he would have authors on and cool stuff.
Oh, man. I want to say yes, but I'm so busy during the day, and I'm only free during the evenings.
I don't have the ability to stream because I have not given YouTube my phone numbers.
Maji!
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh,
Work said I had to.
Working on it.
Yep, I'm working on it.
I'm sorry. Miss Snow, I want to say yes, but I can't do it. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, if any of y'all want to think about that, or know somebody who might want to, let Black Knight know, because he wants to do it. And I want to also. I want to talk to him. I don't know how.
What are we talking about, Snow?
About Black Knight wants to make a stream channel, but he doesn't know how, and he was wondering if somebody else would host it, like on their channel.
Oh,
do
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. I'm also more I'm happy to talk about Dune, unless
The old John A. Douglas.
John!
Very
Hey.
cool.
John! I just
Hey, what
talked
the hell
about
are you doing here? What are you doing here? You badmouth R.H. Snow.
He
One
did
more
not
time.
badmouth me. He did not badmouth me, so I was talking.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
It was still fun.
No, he doesn't do that. I don't care if it makes a cool book. By the way, you should buy.
Yeah, Black Crown.
No. Don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Hey,
come on.
Okay, that's one.
The Tome of the Orc.
Not funny. Don't bash that way.
Orc Tome.
Well,
Yes, the Black Crown. Bye.
Buy the
Okay,
Black Crown.
fine,
It's
fine.
awesome.
All right, you know what? Buy it, but throw the money in his face. Disrespectfully. There.
I don't care if you buy disrespectfully any of my
Bro.
books, as long as you buy my books and say nice things.
Yeah, fair enough. That's how I buy Game of Thrones. I don't see anymore.
Go, what's
look
up,
at this.
man?
Yeah, look at it this way. John's been getting some pretty good interviews on his channel lately.
Dude, he has. He's been
Yeah.
slamming.
He's been slamming. Oh, and I forgot to mention. Did you guys know that Daniel P. Riley got an audiobook in the works for Jason I?
Yes, he is burning out. He's burning it up.
I listened to like an excerpt from it. The dude is
Did you really?
amazing. Yeah. Go look in the Twitter for someone called Sonnet. I think I reshared it. But I listened to him reading an excerpt from the first book. It is amazing. I want to buy the audiobook like right now. I got 2 credits, and I'm happy to spend one of them to get GCI on audiobook. So
Hail
Daniel,
Italy.
yeah. So Daniel, if you are listening, hopefully, then work that man faster because I wanna have that audiobook on my phone. You hear me? I hope you do.
Very demanding, man. Or leave it behind us.
I am so bored. You have no idea how bored I've been this entire month.
Why?
Because yeah, like have you guys noticed that there's barely anything going on anymore besides the movie like Dune? That's
Oh
about
yeah.
it.
Well, that part, yeah.
Hell, even Kung Fu Panda 4. I'm not excited to see that. And then I watched the whole trilogy.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, there's not much that people are excited for as far as entertainment lately. It is kind of a.
There is
pretty much-
Shogun,
it is tragic
and
the
there's
way it all
nothing
fell
else in my
apart.
world.
There's what?
Shogun.
Yeah, there's Shogun.
There is Shogun, and there's really not much else right now.
I am not. Well, it's on Netflix, so I can't watch it anyway. But I'll tell you, when I saw the trailers for Shogun, I started cringing because of how much stuff that isn't in the book that's in the miniseries, just from the little bits I could see. And I'm like, really? Great.
Well, I'm enjoying it thus far. We're 5 episodes in, 6 episodes coming out this week.
I've read most of James Clavell's Far East series, and Shogun I've read about 3 times, and I can tell you that that's how I even knew that there were scenes in there that I'm like, no, she doesn't do that. Why am I seeing this? Why is this character showing up? And clearly a later part of the film. So, yeah, they have definitely said, well, it's going to be loosely based on Shogun, but it's smelling more like Game of Throgun.
Throgun?
Yeah, a lot of people are comparing it to Game of Thrones, which I personally can't make that comparison as I'm not much of a Game of Thrones person. See, I kind of no disrespect
Thank you,
to people that
animation.
enjoy Game of Thrones. I kind of laugh at Game of Thrones whenever it's like, this is just like historical events. It's so intense, like historical events. I'm like, yes, or I could just read about actual historical events and all the drama ensues. But I understand
When people
there's
say that they don't actually understand medieval times in the actual historical context.
I know it's so bugs.
Like not
But
even close.
I have enjoyed the first 5 episodes of the Shogun. This is also the second televised adaptation of Shogun. It should be kept in mind. I never got to read the original book the whole way through. I've read excerpts from it. I watched the 1980 miniseries with my grandfather a number of years ago. I adored the 80s miniseries, and I was very, very leery about a 2024 adaptation. So I had the bar set. I think I've even talked about before on this channel that when the trailer was coming out, I was like, I really don't have much hope for this. They're filming it in British Columbia. This ain't going to go good. So far, I'm enjoying most things. Now the show has to end well as well. I have to keep that in mind. So I can't give final judgment.
I knew there was a catch.
So far,
yeah,
I've enjoyed it.
Well, bound to no spoilers, but I didn't exactly like the ending of the book. Exactly.
Yeah. The ending of the book is kind of tragic to a certain extent, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate what happens to the villain lord. Like, dang, that's harsh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was fun to read. though.
Yep,
To read
it's a
that.
good read.
But
Taipan is actually good too, and King Rat was surprisingly good. That's the one of the other ones in the series that takes place in a prisoner of war camp during World War II. Very interesting. So I can recommend King Rat. I have not read Noble House though.
honestly, I think Musashi is a better book than Shogun. I don't know if you ever read Musashi.
I do. I have it in my
No.
book. I'm sorry. I'm addicted to Musashi. I'm sorry.
What's
And
a Musashi?
Hey,
Miyamoto Musashi wrote
the
the
greatest
Book of the
swordsman
Five.
to ever live.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And probably a sociopath, but he was still really cool. And so we read his stuff because it is all about how to just be really just, you're not attached to anything except being a warrior and doing it really well.
Snow.
That's a little focused.
What?
I'm just saying, being that focused on being a swordsman. Yeah, I get it.
No, yeah, that part
Could
really
be-
just, that's all you do.
Now,
Oh,
We're losing people.
come on.
I'm dying.
Nah.
over here.
Now, if
No, you're coming through
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, I think it was Crow who broke up on us.
Shogun has taught us anything, is the Japanese people have.
Yeah, we lost him
Hello.
again.
No.
Hello.
What the hell just happened to our show?
It devolved into catdom.
Must be an internet thing. We go on the internet and everything
it's-
has to be about
there-
cats.
There's it's the sun flares. They're interrupting your electricity and causing cats to show up.
In my brain? Well, that makes
Yes,
sense.
it's true. Meow.
All right. You guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
I believe so.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So
Perfect.
I got nothing too much to talk about besides Dune and Star Wars Acolyte, but I'm pretty sure we can boil down Star Wars Acolyte to it's going to be shit, so let's not watch it, right? Can we agree?
They did the red saber, guys. Oh my god, they did the red saber. It's red. I like the color red.
Is that what we're excited about this time?
Now all I could think of is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch when they see the car, he's like, "Ooh, the red one."
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
basically the shows in a nutshell when it comes to the Acolyte trailer.
Herman B. Hunter says, I'm hammered and I was going to join. You guys are missing a prime moment for endless entertainment.
Well, get on here.
Well, he's
I
been
can't do that.
trying.
Nuh-uh.
This can only
No, you're
allow-
not in enough.
This can allow only 10 at a time.
Do I need to?
I will
No,
step
you
out.
don't.
I will gladly see Harmon drunk.
I would give up my space just to listen.
No,
to
no,
her.
no,
We
you're
all
not on
walk
enough.
off the stream, and then it's just Herman for the rest of the night.
We don't need.
The red saber,
give
the
me
red
that.
saber,
I'll-
the Vader.
I want to watch him drunk.
Soaking wet hedge.
Drunk.
Actually,
Is
what
Dr. Peterson going to join?
Yeah.
Oh,
Herman,
dude.
take my
Too
son.
late?
Too late.
Why is it too late?
Or is he joining the draw stream?
He may be joining the draw stream.
He does
He's like,
all
one
that.
way or another, I'm getting on stream tonight.
Wait, I thought
don't
this
know
was
about
the
that.
draw stream.
We actually ought to get John A. Douglas and Herman Hunter on the same thing and to have them both drink and then just talk to each other and see what happens. And just set it
I
up.
would pay
Set it up.
money.
The words that would come out would be amazing.
Oh my god.
There would be takes galore. Somebody would probably get banned from the internet forever, but it would be worth it just to watch that one moment in time.
Really would.
I feel like we're overselling things a little.
Make it happen.
Hedge call.
Edge call. That's not very.
And it has to be on neutral ground, so it can't be
Oh,
like
that
on
just,
one or the
that
other.
just killed the
channel.
whole fantasy right there.
Oh.
What?
Well, we could see Herman and
Wait.
Kahuna drunk. As
But
long
we
as
can have-
Kahuna
That we
gets his
can,
votes.
yes.
We could have that.
We've had Peterson talking to Trump on here before through them.
Oh yes, we have.
No.
Could you imagine those two, quote unquote, drunk in their personalities playing poker?
Oh my god.
No, you could just have Douglas and Hedge. Hedge is all drunk. Douglas has all the caffeine in the world, all that coffee
Oh, dude,
from his
yes,
morning show
coffee
in the
versus
afternoon.
alcohol.
Yes,
Douglas
it's like
doesn't
light and
drink
dark.
yet.
Wait, I'm gonna call John. I'm gonna ask you to say, please do this. Coffee
I will
versus
gladly
versus
step out to watch this. You have
coffee
no
versus
idea
liquor.
how bad I need a laugh.
Okay, wait. Somebody get John on here. Tell him we need him to do the whiskey versus coffee stream. Where it's
Oh,
just
shit.
I kind of think the coffee will win.
I don't know. There's
Or the whiskey will give the coffee drinker the win.
That's
possibly
funny.
eventually.
What if it's Irish
Eventually,
coffee?
Yeah. That's a good.
Are you
Oh, did
okay?
Crow finally DC?
Who
Crow
did you
died.
just lose?
Crow?
Crow.
Crow?
Bro.
I think he finally DC'd.
Yeah, his audio's been in and out.
Yeah, well, Hedger's got a slot then.
Come on.
Just
If he's not already on
Bob
another
says
stream.
It's 6 o'clock somewhere.
That's
Oh
right.
my God! How can you do
Yep.
coffee that late?
I'm doing it right
No.
now.
No!
I've
I
got a
am
coffee here
slamming
too.
Coffee.
Oh my
I'm
God!
slamming the
All you,
coffees.
all you crazy people.
Yeah.
I did when I used to work nights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I drink.
Well, that's different. That's very different if you're working night shift. I completely understand.
I'd drink coffee up to 4 a.m. when I had to go to bed to 6. So
Ugh.
have you ever worked second shift?
I've
Rita?
worked all the shifts.
Bro.
Oh boy, we got a
By
kahuna.
the way, Kahuna, my brother is mad he hasn't heard from you.
Oh, okay. Give him a kiss for me. It'll be fine.
You don't understand. You two bonded. You didn't even know it.
I know. I know.
Trying to get in.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Hey, Anthony.
Just spent about 4 or 5 hours at getting
Billy Bob, you
more
got
like,
the
more like 2 hours. Felt like 5 hours getting my truck fixed. The system on the driver's side, the window wouldn't go up and down. It was stuck down for about 5 days.
Hang on a second, Billy Bob. You got the controls for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Hedge, are you really? Oh, I see what he did.
What's going on?
There we go.
I think he wants the hedge in.
Must have been
Drunk.
cold in the car.
Hell's
Kahuna.
gonna freeze over.
Allow me to hedge my bet.
Oh.
You didn't
Frederick,
throw
you were
out
one to,
Storm. You
Sunspots,
DC'd.
Crow. Sunspots.
It is. They're actually.
Frederick,
I don't
you
know.
were wanting to
That's what
talk
they told
about
me.
the what's his name, comics kayfabe thing.
Oh, dude, what? I heard about this.
Yeah, Ed Piscor. Ed Piscor got DMs dropped on him.
What do you
Is
mean?
there anything to this? I
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and there's no proof of anything, but it's still weird if you
It
read the
looks
message.
bad.
I'm like, it looks
Yeah.
bad, man.
It looks bad. Doesn't seem to be a crime, but he might still get canceled.
Wow.
And yeah, so
Here's the problem: the thing just unless there's more, the problem is they were like really out of context. One of them was really creepy.
Yeah,
but you didn't
yeah,
see her response, so it was like, did she tell him she was 17?
we're missing stuff, but it's like, yeah, you're no snitch, are you? It's like, oh boy,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said
never-
some
that
creepy
looks
shit
pretty
like
bad.
that.
yeah, it is the 40-year-old dude inviting a 17-year-old girl to come over, sleep over, and like introduce her to
Yes.
comic professionals and stuff. So there's definitely like, yeah, it's
I'll show you the professional side.
Things I do
over
not
the
need to know
clear-
about.
clearly over the line.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boncher, surely never happened before in comics. No, nobody got taken advantage
No,
of. by
probably not.
professionals.
But
Well, I let Frederick know about that Green Lantern artist dude.
Oh,
wanna
you
know
told
how
me
he
about
got
that.
caught?
How'd he get caught?
What?
I'm gonna keep this as safe as possible. He diddled his niece. The way he got caught was at his mother's funeral.
What?
He accidentally
What?
put in at his
What?
mother's
Oh
funeral.
my God.
He,
Oh my
he
God.
put in the wrong disc, and the disc actually pulled up in front of the entire family.
No.
I don't
No.
need to know this. I don't need to know this. This
No,
is
but that's
no.
karma. What you do goes around, comes around. Somebody you had a ghost in the machine there because I'm sorry. Was it him with other people?
He came, he left. Anyway, moving on.
What kind of nightmare fuel is that?
I just know when Frederick brought that up and asked me about it, I was like, oh man, want to hear a worse one that came out? Something that doesn't even sound believable, but it's fucking 100% true.
Sounds like my ex-wife's family. Anyway, moving on.
Wow. Now.
Yeah,
Weird,
definitely moving on.
Yeah, well, I tried to get Herman to come on in my place so I could just sit here and stuff my face, but he's like, "No, dude, it's your show. Get in there." I'm like, "Damn it!"
Well,
You know, if you're not willing to eat in front of your audience, it means that you're not really being vulnerable with them, and it's going to cause some disconnect. And
Kahuna, I have a question.
Crunch, crunch.
yes.
How'd you get the frame around your camera?
Oh, I
Dark
followed
magic.
a YouTube tutorial when I set up OBS. I basically just
really?
yeah. When I go into OBS and I start virtual camera, and so I can send it directly here to StreamYard, no matter whether it's my own stream or somebody else's.
Dr.
Oh, that's
Henderson
cool.
reminds you to clean your room, Kahuna.
And the purple of the banner matches right in with the way the Grinch Santa suit is lit up right now.
Yeah.
Dude, you think
talking
that
about
looks
my
bad
woman?
in camera? You just see it in person.
Oh, it's much worse in person. Yeah.
Okay, so you know in the beginning of the movie where he's in the post office with that really shitty mask? It looks like that.
Jury duty. Blackmail.
Oh,
From the movie Boncher, sorry.
yeah. I'm sorry. I missed what movie it was. The Grinch. Gotcha.
You know the best Christmas movie of all time? Yeah, that one.
What?
Elf.
No! Elf is fine. I'm not offended by that answer, even though I sound like it. No. But
You should be.
Jim Carrey's The Grinch, my favorite Christmas movie of all time, also.
Okay, I'll accept that answer.
I was
My
going to say
favorite.
best, and I stopped because I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily true. The best might be
Die Hard.
Oh, it's a Wonderful Life.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
How dare
Well,
you?
okay, it's a wonderful
Frequency.
Die Hard. That would be a great.
It's a wonderful Die Hard. Yeah.
It's a wonderful night. It's a wonderful night to
Die Hard.
die.
Yeah, where Jimmy Stewart just pulls out a gun.
Hey,
and
you'll
just-
pump out 12 kids. You work at the tire factory. Have a couple laughs.
Andrew Campbell mentions Scrooged.
That's decent, but I wouldn't call it a best.
It's not a great film, though.
It's
What are you talking about? Scrooge is great. I love it.
Scrooge.
It's a good film. I laugh a lot. I mean, Carol Kane and Bill Murray have a great chemistry, and she kicks.
I
the
don't
crap
know
out
if
of
I've seen this film.
So
I don't
who's
think I
making
have.
the
yeah.
It's the Wonderful Life remake that
All
they're
right,
doing?
I wouldn't call it great.
Oh, Christmas Story is fine.
You'll
Evelyn,
shoot
but
your
it's-
eye out.
It's
Okay,
not.
now
It's
we're
not.
talking about
It's
Christmas
maybe in the
movies
top
in the
10,
middle
but I don't know if it's even in my top 5. Honestly,
The only reason that Christmas Story is dropped is that constant play on TNT on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
that has hurt it more than
charming.
anything.
It is charming.
Yes.
Now, people love it because of Scott Fargus's yellow eyes.
More. What?
No.
That went right over my head. Frequency. I don't know what's going on.
No, the
Ugh.
bully has yellow eyes.
Yep.
We know
What?
that, but
He has
that's
yellow eyes.
Yes, it's in the narration,
Yep.
and I'm presuming it's word for word from the original short story.
Yep.
Huh. Completely.
If I remember
completely
correctly, it
over my head.
was he said, and he's got yellow eyes. Yellow eyes.
That's
There's
red,
something
Kahuna,
around
not
that.
Yellow.
He was the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Oh god.
So, you heard that the Hollywood Mafia is remaking "It's a Wonderful Life," right?
What?
No way.
They already did. It's called the Butterfly Effect.
No, it's still.
Yeah, Boncher, that's a direct adaptation.
Yeah, that's a rip on that movie as well. Sorry, the Butterfly Effect discovers that if I wasn't in the world, it'd be a better place. I'm not kidding.
I prefer an angel being sent down to F around until things get better.
Until he finds out? Okay.
What have the Romans ever done for us? The aqueducts. What? That's how I imagine that. Is that Life of Brian?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
definitely a
yeah,
Monty
that is
Python.
Life of Brian.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be, right? Yeah.
Mhm, it is. I actually just saw parts of that movie recently.
Here it is. Blackish creator Keanu Barris to remake It's a Wonderful Life.
Wait, what was that first thing you said?
The show Blackish.
Oh, I thought you were describing her.
No.
You know that Blackish creator from that one.
What's this about?
No,
Make them
no,
Everlay, we'll
no.
say them.
What's this
Oh.
about?
It's
He's
just
got
gonna be
36,000. He's got almost 37,000 views already
For what?
for this tweet.
36,800 views.
I wasn't paying attention. What's this referring
So-
to?
According
I'm not
to
sure.
According to Screen Rant, It's a Wonderful Life remake
Oh, it's-
confirmation and everything we need to know. I'm probably so pronouncing this wrong. Kenya Barris is slated to remake a beloved Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life, with a modern and inclusive spin.
Oh, you knew it was coming.
I just want to point out.
admitted it though.
I just want to
First
point
off,
out
well, dude,
that I'm on a different plane of existence right now. Yins are all fighting about them remaking It's a Wonderful Life, and I'm just admiring the hedge making a Life of Brian reference.
I think and read out. Just let me say how much I love it when you say yins. You just keep doing that.
It makes my teeth itch. It makes my teeth itch.
Oh, I'm gonna
I
do
love
it
it.
more.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, continue.
I believe it's proof of brain damage in the Pittsburgh area.
Shut up! That is not
What
true.
do you mean? I feel fine.
Yeah.
that Denora smog did a
That
number
to
on
be
all of
fair,
us.
you guys do have some funky water out there on the East Coast. I'm just saying.
What do you mean? What do you mean the Monongahela is not supposed to be yellow and orange? That's just how it naturally was. I'm positive.
When
Anyways.
Anyways, on fire, it makes it taste good.
It's got
Smoky.
electrolytes.
It's a one-
message.
It has the message in it.
Better than Seattle water, right, Maji? We have what soy and feminine hormones in our water.
That's
Isn't that right?
terrible.
Yeah,
More than just the
technically, I
Tylenol.
get to drink
It's
water
out
with bottled
here too.
water, which is arsenic.
Do they put this in your water?
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
Yeah, that's Washington in a nutshell.
Chick in the loosest terms possible. Yes,
It's a very broad use of the term chick.
broadest, tremendously broad use of the term.
They
So-
do know that
Shut
It's a
up,
Wonderful Life
shut
has
up.
lasted so long.
You're
because
fake news.
It's timeless. It doesn't need to reference a certain time period. Yes, it's set in the early 20th or the mid 20th century, but it doesn't really use that as its crutch. That's why people have enjoyed it for almost for years and years, over 75 years. I know that much.
I'll be honest. I might just be tired, readout, but I blanked out everything you just said. Love
That's
you, brother. I think it was just your tone in that moment. My brain turned off, and I just missed every single thing.
They
you said.
understand that for 75 years, 3/4 of a century, everybody has watched It's a Wonderful Life and has never really thought, oh, yes, this needs to be updated for modern times. Because it does
Yes.
not use the time period it was made in as a crutch. Like today, where everything is self-referencing, everything got to be self-deprecating.
Say it, honey.
Hey,
chemicals in the water. Just wait.
Turn the friggin' frogs
gay.
Turn the freaking frogs gay. Turns out that was true.
Anyway, apparently tonight in modern day Hollywood has decided that it needed to be more racist. That's all.
No.
Oh, wait for Twisters. The remake of Twister.
Oh yeah, and they did.
That
They
does
just
not
did. They did
exist.
road. They did
That
Roadhouse
sounds
too. Why would
Yeah.
they redo Roadhouse? There's nothing wrong with that film, except no. Well, I know, Boncher. I know the answer, but we have to ask every time just so they realize how
I don't know
retarded
if
they
we're
are.
having to. We ask because it's just a reflexive or a reflex, myoclonic jerk.
When was the last time someone heard of a remake and was like, yeah? How many years? It's been years since I heard of a remake.
Okay.
Well, we know
all
the
right.
Little Mermaid remake went so well.
Here you go. Try this on the side. Assuming Holly Weird is not in charge of it, what movie from the past do you think of when you say that movie could really use a good remake?
Evelyn said it earlier. Waterworld.
Just about
Not a bad
any
choice.
movie.
It was not very good to begin with. Why not do it properly?
Just
Yeah,
about,
part.
just about any movie that released that sucked in theaters could use a remake.
The Last
No.
Starfighter.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Crap.
I got another one for you, but the old original has a hell of a lot of charm, and that is Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is how do you top Jonathan Pryce's performance?
You know one that I think would
Oh,
actually make a
God,
really
Hedge.
good live action would be Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet would be really
Ooh.
cool.
Treasure Planet
If
is so
well,
awesome.
I
Atlantis
don't understand why that movie didn't do well because that was a
Atlantis
great
would
movie.
be too, but just leave them alone. They're fine.
Yes,
we don't
I
need
love it
we
as
don't
it
need a
is.
live action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree, but I
Treasure
think it'd be
Planet
like-
got sabotaged at the studio ad.
Yes, they did.
It
But
did.
I will say,
I know we mentioned it. I bring this up every once in a while, but I still don't get. You would think a movie like that would have just taken off because it was
Mhm.
it was
should
good.
have.
It's
should
kind
have.
of
It
like
was good.
Iron Giant, where it's more of a cult classic.
Iron Giant doesn't need to be touched. That movie is friggin' brilliant.
Leave
I
it
love
alone.
that movie.
Also, Evely Music brings up a good point. The Velocipaster trailer is bonkers.
The what?
Velocipaster. It's about a man who preaches and has to help his flock defend themselves against against dinosaurs. What else would it be about, Najee?
What do you think of Campbell's idea here?
No, there is no fixing Highlander 2. None whatsoever. There is no chance of a remake.
I do
Now,
agree
what
with
if
Campbell.
remake the series is just remove Highlander 2 from it and everything's fine.
No. Bambo's working on it.
of the Bourne movies.
Bambo's working on how to fix the Highlander. Don't worry about it. She's got this.
Guys, it's in the first movie. There can only be one.
Oh, do not do that.
right now, Bambo is grabbing a shredder to put every copy of Highlander 2 through it, and now it is resolved.
She's looking to grab the shredder to put everything but the TV series through it.
Remember when they had the Irishman play the Scotsman with the Japanese? Yeah, I remember that.
No. It's a
He was
Scotsman.
Egyptian.
I'm a
playing an
Spaniard, aren't I, laddie?
who
Yeah.
identifies as a Spaniard who at one point was in Japan and married the
He
daughter
was Egyptian.
of a lord,
Yeah,
lord of a samurai. And he
Walk like an
teaches
Egyptian.
a Frenchman who's playing a Scotsman to battle Mr. Krabs across time while Queen makes the entire soundtrack. It's the greatest thing it is the greatest thing ever made. Quite possibly.
I do love that film.
And I love explaining that to people. That's the plot of the movie because it just makes it even better.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, another movie that could use a really good remake is also a Disney movie, The Black Hole. That movie has so much potential to it.
In the
that
modern day,
today.
with that kind of language, Boncher.
Yes.
What's up with this black hole? Anyway.
No, you just said black hole, and that makes it work.
No, it's how I say it. Anyway,
Yeah, stop while that one's dead.
yeah, pretty much. Or you guys remember the original Tomb Raider movie? How everybody in the movie who is American, and all American people are British in the movie, and then Daniel Craig, the only British actor in the entire godforsaken movie, is American. Why?
Sounds like that was almost intentionally written as an inside joke during production.
It had to be. It was, dude. Freaking nonsense. You know, if it was done properly by a director I trusted, I wouldn't mind seeing a modern take of the original Lost Boys. If it was given proper attention. I don't want it.
Yeah,
but if someone
that's
tried it
a
properly.
fine edge to walk on for that one.
I don't trust anyone now.
I don't know who I would trust.
Animation Overload, thanks for stopping in tonight, man. Good to
Take
see
it
you.
easy.
Animation overload.
Anyway, that's your
That
outro.
almost sounded like Gabriel Iglesias type voice.
Hola, español.
Is that how Billy Joe talks? Their MD.
No, definitely not.
Down here in the South, let me tell you what we do, boy.
Yeah.
I would
Only
love a proper Silent Hill film, says Evely Music.
So, I do have a question for the deep science fans here. What do you guys think of George Lucas backing Disney?
George Lucas is dead to me.
He's a cuck.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
I'm sorry, but I am out. I have now hit the point of there is no Star Wars outside of the original 3. I'll foul tip in the prequels, and
I was
will-
about to.
Boy, I was about to slap you. Freaking silly. I swear to God.
basically
Yeah.
anything, with the exception of Rogue One, which I will tolerate. I say nothing after that exists or anything Disney.
I
And
did
here's
like
Star
Rogue
Wars.
One too.
I will give a special shout out to the animated series, the Clone Wars animated series, and Rebels for what it's worth. I do enjoy. I think there's some really good storytelling there.
Then Rebels immediately gets disqualified for the fucking Mary Poppins helicopter blades.
Well,
It's a little bit dumb, but Billy, so are you. So let it slide.
Nah.
For those of you
That's
saying
fine.
that Star Wars is dead to you, I'm just assuming at this point that George Lucas is agreeing with y'all. He's like, you know what? They screwed the pooch. I'm done. And he just like, I'm cashing out and going home.
He got bought out,
Mhm.
and then it left his brain virtually forever.
That's it right there. Swords and Starships. You got it right. He quit on it about a decade ago, and he doesn't care.
Captain Garrett to the
How are you, Captain?
I liked the Weston Games Star Wars RPG. That was fun. But that was
There's a whole bunch of in Star Wars gaming. There's a lot of good Star Wars games. The old Pod Racing N64 game was awesome. Revenge of the Sith on Xbox was great. I even liked the Force Unleashed games, both of them, for what they're worth.
The
Like, they're
last
not
Star Wars game I
groundbreaking.
played was on the Atari 2600.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh yeah.
I discovered that you can't really play the Star Wars arcade game on a PC even with a mouse. It's too chaotic. You need to have the controls that the cabinet had.
Heck,
Because I have an emulator.
Yeah.
soon as the
has
slot
anyone
opens
tri-
up, then absolutely. But my
There's
StreamYard
a
is
really
packed full at the
drunk
moment.
head in front of you right now.
I can hop off too. What was it? It was has anyone tried playing the new emulator like for Battlefront? They re-released Battlefront on PC. Like it's supposed to. They said, "Oh, we fixed it and made it work." They didn't even get like It was bad, dude. It's unplayable according to me. Another gaming group that I'm a part of. Not even worth touching, which is a shame because I played hundreds of hours in Battlefront 2 back in the day, back when it first came out. I was addicted to that game.
Lots of people liked it.
And Herman gets thrown over the side of the yacht.
Down he goes into the muck, into the drink, splash, kaput.
Anyway,
Yes, but those hedge powers come into play, and he just grows ever larger.
Oh, God.
When I'm done with you,
He's a
fine
crinoid?
folks- What was that?
So you're saying the hedge is a crinoid? No,
Please explain.
Is that a Star Trek thing?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It's actually one of the better Tom Baker episodes of Doctor Who.
Oh, Doctor. No
Seeds
wonder
of
I don't know.
Doom.
Sorry, Boncher. I don't pay attention to mediocre stories and storylines. Sorry.
Oh, he's attempting to throw shade on me.
What's
I realize this. I realize the
He
environment
sounds
I'm
like
in.
a friend I once knew. Sadly, passed away this past Christmas.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm afraid poor doctor is gone.
Don't you mean Doctor
Oh,
Who?
Oh,
Doctor,
Doctor
what the
Who.
hell? Yeah, Doctor Hell is more like Doctor What the Hell. But I
Doctor-
will accept Old Who.
What the hell is even that?
Doctor Whom at this point, anyway. In the past
Doctor
tense.
What?
Anyway,
Well,
once I'm done with
do you
you
know what
fine
would bring-
folks here. Ooh, go ahead. I'll
You
be
know what would bring
going
people back
over.
to Doctor Who?
I'll be going over G Sedai,
Look at
the
you.
Nice.
the White Raid of the White Leopard, and there's one more.
Come on.
Oh yeah, Coney
There we
Ways.
go.
You know, just
There you
just for the gentlemen out there.
The cheeky.
It's nothing but sex appeal and killing vampires. Basically, all I ever wanted from that book. But anyway,
Does what it says on the tin.
Hedge has it right. Doctor They.
Has
Doctor
anyone
they,
else
them.
gotten the mermaid yet?
Dr.
gotten what?
Zerd.
the Mermaid comic.
Not yet. No, I'm waiting on Anvil.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
I should have gotten Anvil 3 and a few other things, but I don't have it.
I got the Mermaid for my brother for his birthday, and it hasn't come in.
It looks like a really cute, actually a really cute idea.
What was that, Snow?
Actually, Mermaid looks like a really cute little idea, and I was in on this sort of not in on it, but I knew one of the creators before they started that one, and I was like, "Holy crud! This actually went from being a meme to being actually a really decent little comic." And so it's like, "Holy cow!" It's to watch that process where you're like, "Oh, this would be funny," and then you end up with something that actually is incredible.
Well, it started off as a
It's
meme. It was an AI generated image when they announced the original live action Little Mermaid. I made a video a while back of piping it up a little bit, and I had my son say not like talking about the Disney live action remake. He's like, "Not my Little Mermaid." I'm like, "Good job, buddy."
No, this is about the Little Mermaid, with the one that has the gun for an arm. No, she doesn't have a gun for a leg. The one that has all of the sweet weaponry. That's the one I want to read so much. That's the one I love.
I know. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a good time. Plus, they have Cocaine Shark and Stab Bastion, the whole thing, man. It's going to be a fun time.
Stab Bastion.
Stab Bastion, yeah. That's what he's called, man. He has a cigar and a knife. He's a.
Am I going to be able to cover this on my, those full coverage videos I'm doing?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to do one of those on this one, or is this going to be a little too on the edge for YouTube?
It's gonna be spicy.
That was good. That sounded very spicy.
Well, sooner or later, we'll be able to get Shalar composite.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
I'm working on it.
You are doing
better
very
than me,
well.
Maji. I haven't worked on mine in a while.
I'm looking forward to when that can come out because my Shalar thing happened 6 months after that.
That's true. Yeah.
When's that come out, Wrangler?
17th.
Nice.
Sweet. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, I have about 4 videos to do, and I have to celebrate my brother's birthday. So.
Oh, happy birthday to your brother!
Oh yeah, he'll never hear it. I've seen him once since I graduated in 2012.
What?
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Yep, he said I don't have a brother and pretended he didn't know who I was. Good time, but
wow.
Gonna try to put some stuff together for the family regarding that. But anyway, love you guys. Have a good night.
Take care, man.
Have a good one, Kahuna.
Good night, Kahuna.
Awesome.
What an outro.
All right, Herman. Hit it while you can.
What the
That is
hell was
awesome.
that?
That was well handled. Oh no, it's a Herman.
It's the hedge.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
He's gone full crinoid. Run.
Ah!
Oh yeah, he's in the bottle.
So, gonna throw me over the side of the yacht for swords and starships. Just, yeah, come on in. Oh, look, swords and starships. Herman, goodbye.
I mean, it does make sense. He is a captain, so it would make sense to go for a yacht.
Yeah.
So you decided to come to your second choice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who were you on? Where were you? I'm trying to get John Douglas.
He's all over the
over here.
place lately.
We're the
I know it.
sweet
He's
bar in the
everywhere.
corner.
He's being promiscuous.
Who, John Douglas or me?
Yeah. I was
Yes.
but I was trying to get John Douglas to come on so he could be coffee versus your whiskey.
Ah!
And then we would see who wins, but I can't get a hold of him. He's not on.
Well, it's actually not whiskey, it's beer.
Well, that doesn't help that Stormcrow said no by his book.
I know. I'm like,
I haven't seen him post since Stormcrow said that.
I know. I'm like, what? I didn't say do that. I'm hoping he's somewhere.
Kind of stinks that Stormcrow was cutting in and out so hard.
I know. His line was going in and out real bad.
So when he's probably building up to a punchline, we're just probably hearing the bad parts without all the rest of the
that's what I'm
context.
saying.
We love you, Storm.
I know.
So I have a question for everybody. If nobody wants to go on a drunken rant, anybody want to go on a drunken rant real quick?
First, yes.
Go
First,
for it.
I'm not drunk, so I couldn't. I could
That-
just.
Oh,
That's not me.
I'm in
didn't-
rant mode. But go ahead.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Well, he said. If
Read
you
out. You go first. You go first. Quickly.
I'm going first for what? Okay. Anyways, I had one of the weirdest like rabbit holes last week. Went down a racing rabbit hole, particularly a NASCAR rabbit hole. I don't know why I did this, but I did it, and it resulted in me watching 2 NASCAR related films: Days of Thunder, and of course Talladega Nights.
Nice.
Days of Thunder. I will quickly mention. I've heard everybody kind of slander. It's like, oh, it's just Top Gun, but with cars. This is what killed the '80s action genre because of the debauchery behind the scenes was so ridiculous, enormous. They couldn't make back their budget. Kind of sounds like current budget issues in Hollywood today. I actually enjoyed 2/3 of Days of Thunder. All the car sequences, all the racing was phenomenally captured. And that's probably because you had Tony Scott directing, so you're going to get some good action sequences in it. I will say the part where it becomes Top Gun with cars is when they try to introduce a love interest for Tom Cruise's character. And it's like, yeah, this is just carbon copy from Top Gun. So if you know his relationship in Top Gun, the romantic relationship is the same in Days of Thunder. There are some weird cuts, weird edits where you could tell the editing did not finish properly because, well, the budget was all over the freaking place and the debaucheries was insane. The final shot is this awkward freeze frame of Tom Cruise and Robert Duvall running. It's just like, oh, that's how we're ending? Okay. But I had a lot of fun, more fun than I expected. Talladega Nights, on the other hand, my God, I just can't do Will Ferrell in a movie. I like his comedy and with his Saturday Night Live sketches, and there's a lot of bits in Talladega Nights that I found funny. I just can't do his humor. He is all energy for an hour and 40 minutes, and it's like after a little while, it starts running dry. Thankfully, in Talladega Nights, Michael Clark Duncan's in it, which surprisingly bounces him out really well as like his crew chief. He has some really good lines in it. It's like, I would not expect from him to be in like a comedy like this, and it worked pretty good. I like John C. Reilly's comedy more. The more, his comedy goes for lovable naivete, if that makes sense. So his way of bouncing off of Will Ferrell works in it. But yeah, Talladega Nights has funny bits, but man, I just can't do Will Ferrell for 2 hours, which is probably why I can't stand the movie Elf. So yeah, that was my weird NASCAR rabbit hole. I even dressed in my Jeff Gordon coat that a cousin bought me.
saw that.
What?
Yeah, I put it on during the stream. So I'm like,
Did you say Jeff Gordon?
I did say
I
Jeff
hear
Gordon.
Jeff Gordon fan girl.
It's supposed to be. Read out. It's supposed to be the Earnhardt.
Oh no!
He doesn't have those ones.
The Earnhardt Gordon
Everyone's
rivalry
a
lives
critic.
on.
Yeah,
Hot
that's
take.
right.
Hot take.
That's the burn and rubber version of Red Sox and Yankees.
Okay, the hot take is both movies sucked.
The only
By the way, the original Top Gun, that sucked too.
I agree with him on that.
I believe Shots and Hot Shots Part 2.
Hot Shot wasn't bad.
Fight.
The only Will Ferrell movie I really like is Stranger Than Fiction, and that's because it's a dry comedy and he doesn't even really yell that much.
I actually liked Elf. I thought Elf was a kind of a fun movie. I had a couple issues with it, but it was fun and it had Bob Newhart in it.
Yeah, that helped.
Bob Newhart.
Now, I'm not a Will Ferrell fan either, but I gotta admit, Elf did surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be drawn to it or like, oh, I got to go see that. But if it's on, it doesn't annoy me, and it is a decent story.
Or Peter Dink, and also had Peter Dinklage in it. Call me an elf, friend. One more time. Just call me an elf.
He's an angry elf.
You're an elf.
Yeah, but the dude seems to think he's a dwarf, and he's all butthurt about the dwarves and fairy tales. I'm like, no, we're talking about the species, not the condition.
Are you talking about me again? Because is that what you're doing?
That too, yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, I will say that my favorite Will Ferrell film, and there aren't many that I would even put into category of I like, is still Megamind.
Oh, Megamind's fantastic.
I thought that sucked too.
What?
Yeah. You reactionary, you.
Once you had the Incredibles, everything else sucked.
Well,
and I take that back.
And Coach was the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Craig
I
T.
did not
Nelson.
know that. Really?
Yeah. God, what was that? What was that other? God, no, I'm drawing a blank.
Poltergeist?
No, not Poltergeist. Mega Man. Mega Man. Sucked.
Oh, Mega Man.
Sucked.
Megamind is great.
I thought I liked Mega Man.
Let's put it this way: Megamind came out at the same time as Despicable Me, and
Yeah.
Despicable Me
Despicable Me.
is worse than Megamind. But
Oh, you are so wrong on that one.
Never seen either of them.
I own the first two Despicable Me's. They are good, but qualitatively, that Megamind is better.
That
than
opinion
Despicable Me.
is going to put you back at the kiddies table.
You have no say. You have no say.
Well, he is the head.
I will fling back. Yeah, I will fling mashed potatoes at you all day long if I have to.
Oh wow, that's a pretty big.
I'll even go
round,
for the. I'll even go for the stuffing if I need to.
Wow.
You
waste the stuffing.
never throw the stuffing. That gets you. That actually gets you in the doghouse.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sure
would
you can have my
Make me.
stuffing.
That's a sacred
You
food
can use
group.
my stuffing. I don't eat that stuff.
Oh, you mean it's not green bean casserole like Royce loves?
Yeah, anybody can throw green bean casserole. Actually, you throw green bean casserole
First.
out.
that is so harsh. Oh, my
Okay,
He's drunk. Why not?
Here's the question I had. What
Yes.
do you see in your own writing that is clearly influenced by something else that you didn't realize was influencing you?
Gargoyles.
I don't.
I
think
could have
anybody
told you
can.
that. Gargoyle.
That's got to come from somebody other than you.
Oh, okay.
H.P.
That's
Lovecraft.
Well, of course that influenced you. That's like saying, of course, Dream Nebula was influenced by Flash Gordon. Duh.
No, but I mean, I've been pretty upfront about my influences. So
Yeah.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, but he's talking about one that we didn't realize was an influence in what we were
Oh.
writing at the time we were writing.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Someone
The
else would
Wizards-
have to tell you that.
The Wizard Stone was heavily influenced by the movie Dragon Slayer.
Really?
I can see
Who
that.
told you that?
I enjoyed that movie back.
I
in the
wrote
day.
it. I'm telling you that. I'm the one who wrote it.
Then you knew the influence. He's saying unknown. The author cannot know an unknown influence on him.
But you have
You
to.
can read your work back.
They
and
never
say
said.
this is
He
reminiscent
never
of
said.
this or that.
He never said author. You never said author. Remember that?
Yeah, like because I've read some of my works back, and I said, "Oh, this is actually kind of reminiscent of this stuff I watch over here," but didn't realize while I was writing it until I was, done in the editing phase, even.
I've had themes that I didn't realize were subconsciously in there, but I've never had movies or books that were influencing me that I would have noticed. If I knew about the book or a movie influencing it, I knew about it and it was there probably deliberately.
No, I can say straight up gargoyles because I didn't think about it till
Later.
over a year after I wrote the book. I remembered a line, I mentioned it, I think last week, that line about whether used for science or magic, energy is energy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when I look at what I'm writing, I was like, yeah, I definitely applied that. And I didn't think about it at the time. But looking back, yeah, that's definitely an influence.
Okay, Frederick, hot take now.
Wow.
You don't have the power over him either.
He's giving us the silent treatment. Damn
Here's a hot
Canadians.
take. I didn't like the new Top Gun either. I didn't like either of them.
You know what? That the new Top Gun was like an oasis in a desert, so I can't be too bitchy about it.
Oh wow. Harsh.
Yeah, same here. Like the second Top Gun was a blast watching it in the theaters, like after 2 years of not going into a theater. That
Well,
was kind of that was refreshing as fuck.
2 years of crappy movies. I mean, the
Two?
last the last movie I
More.
saw was it Knife in the Dark with God, what's his name? Guy who plays Bond.
Daniel Craig. You're talking
Daniel
about
Craig.
Knives Out.
Yeah, Knives Out. I'm sorry, Knives
There you
Out.
go.
It's like
Because-
I hate those kind of movies. We went there on my birthday. I hate those kind of movies, and it's the only freaking movie that's watchable.
Have a great night, Andrew Campbell. Thanks for stopping in,
Thank
man.
you, Andrew.
Take care,
Kahuna, we
Andrew.
still love you.
I love you.
Okay.
God bless
I've
you
never-
too, Kahuna.
I will admit I have never seen
Okay.
anything since Last Jedi done by Ryan Johnson. I will not go near that man's work on principle.
Last
I don't
Jedi.
care.
The Last Jedi was the crap stains on the tidy whitey of entertainment.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
And
no,
because
I
of
take
that,
that
I will
back.
never forgive him.
I take
And
that
Storm
back.
Crow, I second
was-
that.
I take that back. That was the Last Jedi, or no, the Rise of Skywalker. That was the skid marks on the tidy whiteys
Oh
of
my
entertainment.
That's
No, that was a full blowout.
I never saw the Rise of Skywalker. I was
That's the
freaked
rise
out.
That's the rise of Palpatine.
I remember I avoided that movie, but I was in the hospital in isolation for frickin' COVID on oxygen, and it was either that or the frickin' sixth watching of frickin' Wonder Woman, and I'm like, okay, how bad could it be? COVID.
I'm sorry.
Nearly dying from COVID was better than that piece of crap movie.
Let it out, Herman. Let it out.
Oh my God. What a freaking nightmare that movie was.
The only thing
And
I
Storm Crow
remember seeing-
describes The Last Jedi with that dark poetry that only he can make.
the only thing that I really remember seeing is like Kylo Ren throwing his evil lightsaber into the ocean, and then all his like men.
Am I
turning on
lagging
him.
or was he lagging?
I'm not sure.
No.
Hey, before we continue on, both Maji and Redoubt, you guys need to get going, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was the
Okay,
lean
so
day.
anything you want to plug on your way out?
Check out IronAge.media. Richard's got some new stuff cooking and a new magazine coming out soon.
Swords and Starships, get in
Sweet.
here.
Have a good night, guys. I'm sorry.
Good night,
You-
Maji.
You too,
Bye,
Maji.
Maji.
Good night.
Just leave now that I'm here. That's okay. Don't feel guilty.
I wasn't
And-
leaving. I was saying 99 too, Manji, in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, Maji.
Then
Just
Redoubt,
abandon
welcome
me.
back. Oh, and
love
I need to share a link.
Yes,
I see
you.
how it is. You really want to get rid of me. You're going to replace me with another historian. I see how this is going to go. There's gonna be a
No,
war.
if all goes well, we're going to have two on at once.
Really?
He
You're-
will
you're
bring
one
the
of 'em.
HMS victory.
That's
I
if he-
will
that's
bring
if
the
he wants
USS
to come on.
Constitution. We will duke it out like men.
There will
And
be
I'll-
battle.
That will
and
be
then
battle.
There will be much slapping.
And he will most likely have sights on his guns and mine won't, and I will sing.
Oh no.
And then there will be much rejoicing after the slapping. You know, the sad part is I'm not even like as bad as I normally am.
What? Really? Okay. What is the most
Yes,
tasted
returning.
you've been? What's the worst that you've been on the stream? Like where you were literally so loaded. you
Oh,
couldn't
Royce's stream. I was like absolutely hammered.
Pick one. Which
I mean,
one?
I was absolutely
sing.
snockered.
Which one? Yeah.
We went to my favorite place where I had my beer,
Uh-huh.
and then for some reason I had the really stupid idea of having this whiskey that was made by Traverse City Traverse City Distillery, and it wasn't 50% proof; it was 50% alcohol.
Oh no.
100 proof.
Also, oh yeah.
Guys,
Wow.
Captain, that's it. If you want to come in tonight, if you
Yes.
just want to hang out in the chat, that's cool. No problem.
Captain, get in here. Captain, get in here. Get in here. You know you want to. We want you here.
Get in here.
You're scaring him now.
RH
No,
Snow will
get
be
in here.
very upset. You'll have her crying.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
not-
cry.
Now you're guilt
I don't
tripping.
think that woman cries too easy, except for just fluffy stuff.
I bawl like a crazy person. Something happens, I'll be like, not unless I'm fighting a
She
fire or
doesn't-
something. I'm king booty.
Our
Wait a
Jill
second.
doesn't cry unless John Wayne sings her a lullaby.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's
I'll tell you
right.
what. I'll drop out and let him come in.
No,
So
Okay,
What?
go back
I
into
can
the
drop.
drunk
You
tank.
want me to drop?
Bye.
I can drop.
no,
I
no,
can drop.
I'll
Don't.
drop. I'll drop.
Don't go. Don't go. No,
No.
don't
Hey,
go.
look,
No.
this is a beautiful plank.
Who?
Wait, okay. How many do I have on here right now?
Who dropped?
Read out.
Drop.
Read out.
Drop.
No.
No, I need him. I need him to explain Evangelion to you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, no, glad he's gone. Sorry.
Evangelion sucks.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the. Okay, no, don't shut the
Stop
fuck up.
you. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Hey, Star,
It's got to be late for you, dude.
where does he live? Well, no,
I think England.
Don't say it. Oh. I don't want him to get doxxed. Don't.
And
reveal where
Genesis
he lives.
Evangelion. Okay, so let me take a look at it. Oh wow. Yeah. No.
It's literally spelled, I believe, evangelism, except they can't pronounce that, so it's Evangelion.
In 2015, 15 years after a global catalysm. Okay, I fell asleep after that.
Listen, all right, guys. Let me just say this right now. Evangelion is what
Don't
happens
be that guy.
when an autistic dude likes a fucking show, and it's fucking weird. All right.
That's so.
Ah, I'm sorry.
I'm with the hedge.
Yeah. Fuck you.
There we go.
Garrett, my friend.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Captain, my
boy.
captain.
Permission to come aboard.
Captain, we have a drunk. We have a drunk on the ship. What do you want me to do with him?
I'm not that hammered anymore. I'm like moving into settled buzz phase. It's
All right.
sad. It's very saddening. You guys, there was a window right there, and you frickin' missed it. That's okay.
I
It's
tried to
okay.
get John Douglas to come on here. I really tried. I was going to do coffee versus beer. I have touched base with him. He has never answered back, telling that I'm devastated, and I'll probably just quit the whole thing now.
Beer would win. Beer would.
Yeah, but even Stormcrow said he can keep his skin.
Well, you know what? Next time you'll just have to exploit yourself.
I've already
that's
pretty exploited. Yeah.
That's sir. Whoever said that is the rule all Puerto Ricans live by. You gotta exploit yourself because no one else will anymore.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
Captain, I see you brought your gunner.
Star Fury is in the chat. He's the master.
All guns at ready.
Only on the Swords and Starships vessel. I don't know what his rank is on this.
Oh.
He is rankless. I am the master of the troll pits of this beautiful.
This is
channel,
more
sir.
of a pirate vessel here.
Fu Man Blue is the master at arms.
I thought this was more of a fishing vessel, and we were kind of out of bait.
Maybe merchant marine, something like that.
Well, Wrangler, what kind of rank would I have, considering my role in all this? Huh?
Steward.
What? Stormcrow? Stormcrow.
Cruise director.
Cruise director.
He's
I
not in
feel
the
like he would
Public
be like the
relations
ship's
officer.
Stormcrow is the quartermaster.
I think I prefer public relations officer. Yes, I can absolutely make the image of this company very family friendly and
That is
investor
very
friendly
sweet.
as well.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. The job position was inspired by by one Jane Cobb.
I don't know who that is.
You
Yeah,
get
it's
the
an
Firefly
inside
reference, right?
No,
So Jane
I
Cobb
don't
from
know.
Firefly.
Jane.
Jane.
Yeah.
Never, never seen
It
Firefly.
was the first episode of Firefly where Doc Simon River or Simon Tam asked, "What's his job on this ship?" And Mal says, "Public relations officer." right after he's said all sorts of Stormcrow-like stuff. No.
Yeah.
Oh, a man after my own heart, I see.
He is one
Perfect.
of my favorite.
Well, his stuff he says is not quite on the same wavelength, but
Oh, so I'm
I have a
superior to that
t-shirt.
man. Even
I have a
better.
T-shirt with a bunch of phrases from Firefly.
Oh my god. You gave me an
Ooh,
idea.
shinies.
I should make
let's be bad
Starfield
guys.
t-shirts of my best quotes on Wrangler and Drink for Poison. I already got
Day
the
to be a
first
bad
one.
guy.
Who was it that was suggesting that that whole hope is for sweatshop kids needs to be on a T-shirt for you?
That was me. That was the first time you guys like acknowledged my presence in this channel too. Like Garrett, little lore here, little lore here. When I first started out meeting these beautiful people, I was just the commenter on this channel, right? Then one day, when Royce was on this channel, I wrote a comment that was etched in the memories of all of them forever, and it went like this: "Silly Royce, hope is for sweatshop children."
What?
Yeah. What was
That's
scary
great.
was he agreed with you, or almost agreed with you.
That's so
He
sad.
he specifically said, "Is he wrong though?" It was so beautiful.
And I do believe I told him not to confuse the issue with facts.
Yeah. So I've come a long way. I have come a long, long way from then.
Yes, you have. You're now an internet personality. Congratulations. much like the hedge, who Jeff shows up everywhere. I mean, how many shows are you on, Jeff?
I don't know.
Herman. You don't.
All of
I
them.
know which one to call you here, Herman.
Any
I know your
anyone
secret name.
anyone dumb enough to bring me on?
Dude,
Oh,
I know. I first saw
did
you.
I say that out loud?
Yes,
Only
you
once.
just
There
said
you
that
go.
out
I'll
loud.
keep that in mind for the future.
Yeah. Yes, we'll use that. Anybody dumb enough to let you know?
Well,
I
Herman,
saw you on Gary.
Fury says, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here."
You left the door
Well,
open
Herman.
and I slithered in. So
Well, Herman,
sucks
did
to
you know
be
that I
you.
have a YouTube channel? I can have you on if you want.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
I'm open to everyone coming onto my channel.
Yeah,
I
Star
do.
Fury, Dante stumbled in here, said nope, and left.
What?
That's typical of Staff Fury, that sentiment.
So, Captain,
Well-
how you been?
Oh, I'm just working on my little Fallout RPG. Not
I'll
much.
be right back.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I've decided that because Amazon has decided to take a crap on one of the best game franchises ever, I'm just going to make my own Fallout show with some players. So
That's what I love to
Who are
hear.
those players, Garrett? My captain.
Stormcrow is playing.
Yes.
I mean, I think that I probably have room for more if anyone else wants to play. But my goal is to have it hopefully launch on roughly mid-April. They're doing a midnight dead drop for all of the Fallout episodes, so I think that show is going to be just total garbage.
Guys, I got a bolt, so I'll talk to you later. I took my dump on this show, and I'll probably be back.
Very well, sir.
He'll be back in a week or two to step in it again.
Hey, invite Anthony Ronadelli on. He wants to come on. Let him come on. Come on.
Yeah, I would, but he's kind of calling it a night. He's got work.
Anthony, get on here. Talk to you later.
We're a weekly show.
Hedge is gonna hedge.
Hold on, Anthony. Hey, man, you're cool. You're awesome, and oh man, I can't wait to play with you again. And Pain and Blood. I'm working on
Raising.
Yeah, phrasing.
It's a campaign, dude. God, not everything has to be violence with me. I can have fun.
That just made the whole situation worse. Just letting you know. Before it was just a little risque. Now it's like, oh god, there's homicide.
It should be in your DMs now, Rondo.
Well, for context, Anthony here is probably one of the best players I have right now. And Wrangler here, you're both great. Because he plays the best damn character in Pain and Blood. You got it right, Rondo.
How's it going, man?
I know he's there somewhere.
Well, I mean, I'm just a silly little. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're...
Okay.
That
All
might
right, who
happen,
pulled up the
Stoff.
filthy Tyrion?
Definitely.
Okay.
Who pulled up the filthy ass Tyrion?
You shut the fuck up.
That
Pretty
is
much.
Garrus
fuck up.
Vicarian. You be careful. That's Stoff Fury, by the way.
No, no.
Okay.
Tyrion ain't shit.
We're going.
If you even
Garrus is the
utter that
best
phrase
character in Mass Effect.
I didn't
Absolutely.
say anything
Okay,
about
nerd fight
Garrus.
in the comic book store. I'm gonna check out then.
I said the dirty Tyrion.
If it's not Garrus, then who? I mean, seriously.
His whole race sucks.
The Turians?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Who's
They
it?
contribute nothing.
Dude,
Hold on, I thought Turian was where Mother Brain was based.
I've never played Mass Effect.
The
Neither have
Turians
I.
are rad. They're a martial
No,
warrior
no.
race
The
styled
Turians are
after
better
The Elcor
ancient
should have
Rome.
been
Actually,
the
I
leading
do
of the
need to
galaxy.
take off,
Let's
so.
be honest.
Oh, you're
No.
out of here, MD.
Yeah. So you guys have yourself a good time.
Okay.
These are fights I can't get in.
Uh,
Wait, hold
Yeah,
on.
this is-
Stop, yeah.
MG, you
Fandoms
seriously
and-
dipping?
Yeah, I'm seriously dipping.
Okay, then
Love ya.
Talk to you guys
shout
later.
out your plugs before you go.
Oh, all right. Well, you can find me on Minds under my name, MD Boncher. You can find also through my website, you can find my bookstore, you can find my merch store. And we're now working on building up my Substack, which I have a new short story on there for IronAge Media for the Pit prompt. That one turned out pretty good. So you can check me out there, sign up there for new stuff coming. I have a list of anthology submissions that are growing by the day. So
Wow.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
we're gunning for it. Also, end of month, I will be at Fantasy in Durham, North Carolina, one of the panelists and speakers there. So it's going to be a busy April.
Wow.
So, yep.
Well,
Hit my
Anyway.
Substack, MD. I want to make sure I'm subscribed to you, aren't I?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
I
I'm
wanna
subscribed
make
to you because I keep getting your poetry.
Yay!
and
Poetry.
before you go,
I'm
before you
poetry
go,
blind, so
Great job.
I want to say that seriously, I'm being serious here right now. We're all gunning for Bambo. I hope she gets better. I hope she's like
she's doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
she really. It was a rough week last week, and the medication finally kicked in and things straightened out. Thank God. So
good.
yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
all right. Have yourself a good night. Otherwise, you guys know where to find me on Gilded or
Yay.
Discord.
Absolutely true.
So anyway, hasta la bye bye.
Good night.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.
Anyways, back to it. The Elcor will fucking dominate the Turians. To be honest, Turians couldn't even beat humans.
Garrett, ignore
They
him.
didn't even have fucking.
Stupid.
That you're trolling.
He's being dumb.
No,
This is trolling.
I love how
Have you
Tony
met the
Bobsek just
Elcor?
jumped right back into the fucking
The Elcor literally have big giant fucking mounted guns on their back. What are you talking about?
I mean,
Where
that's
the
cool,
fuck
but
have you seen
Turians
that?
have like tactics. Turians have tactics and like a big ass.
No. Yeah,
No,
their
true.
tactics can't even beat humans.
Dude, every Turian is serves in the military on their world. They are a martial culture, which is one of the
Right.
reasons why they do so well.
Why are you pulling up
against
the wrong
Reapers.
one, Frequency?
As a gag, but that wasn't supposed to go up yet.
What? You ruined it, Wrangler.
Yep.
Nah.
I'm good at that.
Turian's on the level of Hanar. There we go.
Garrett,
I love the
I'm-
Hanar. They're awesome. What's that,
Yeah.
Stormcrow?
I am ready to tear this man's head off, but I don't want to get this channel canceled. How dare he disrespect the
That's
Turians?
cool. Look, it's I can understand like not being wild about the Turians, but one must admit that their place in the story, they are the badasses of the galaxy. The only physically more dangerous species is the Krogan, but only as a ground army because they don't really have fleets and their tactic is
They don't
mostly
need
just
fleets.
charge.
You don't need.
you know
Listen,
what?
they don't even need pods to be shot into the ship. They just step in the cannon. You know.
Garrett,
I
let me
think
tell
the
you
Krogan
something.
are the coolest looking species in Mass Effect, and I think probably the Solarians have the coolest personality. but I think Turians have some of the best lore.
Gary, let me tell you something. The Turians are way better than the Vulcans from Star Trek. There, I said it. Anyone wants to fight me? I'll fight you right now.
The Vulcans are more analogous to the Asari to me.
No, I kind of prefer the
Except
Asari.
they're ugly
They're
people
cooler.
with pointy ears instead of.
And I prefer the Asari.
There you go.
For obvious reasons.
No, in that case, I prefer the Quarians. For one specific character, you all know who I'm talking about.
You don't even know if the Quarians look under their mask.
The Quarians basically have the Battlestar Galactica plot, which is fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
They could also look like the Predator under that mask,
Oh, hey,
It doesn't matter. The personality doesn't matter.
They have two frequencies.
Oh no!
They actually in Mass Effect Legacy Edition. What is it called? The Legendary Edition.
Yeah.
They updated it, so there is a picture. If you romance Tally, you will see a picture on Shepard's nightstand of Tally's actual face.
Yeah, but isn't that the
Really?
one that, hold up, that wasn't from the Legendary Edition. That was from the update in which they Photoshop.
Yeah, they did a really bad Photoshop picture in I think the second game that the fans really hated, and then I think
in the
third
third
game.
one. That's when you got the face reveal.
Yeah, they updated it because the first version was literally they found like a stock
Google
like
Images.
model
Stock photo.
and they just
Yeah, it was
like put
good.
like some weird eyes on it, and it was terrible. It was truly terrible. And then in Mass Effect 3 they updated it, and Star Fury. He's saying Vulcans are more like the Solarians without the whimsy. I think, you know what, the Solarians are more like, they're closer to Ferengi, if you ask me. Well, Ferengi are more the merchants.
No, that's the Volus.
The closest to Ferengi are the Volus.
We're doing Star Trek Mass Effect species comparison. What are Solarians like in the Star Trek universe? That's a tough one. You know what? They're closer to Romulans. They're closer to Romulans than anyone else because they like to they use spycraft and they have minds like a maze, as Rex puts it. They have plans on top of plans. They're like the Romulans, but
they created
friendly.
the genophage and then created a war crime. Just like
Garrett, let me ask you something. Warhammer versus Star Trek in Mass Effect. Who wins?
Wait,
Warhammer.
Warhammer. Yeah, no doubt. Warhammer.
Like, there's not even really a contest just because.
Warhammer versus Star Trek versus Mass Effect? Is that what
Warhammer versus anything Warhammer with?
Yeah, Warhammer's going to win if you have Warhammer in there. It's just,
Well-
they've got the numbers. You're not going to beat that.
They got
Yeah,
the
I
power too.
And also just the sheer will to exterminate all enemies.
Just
That
for
goes
fun.
a long way.
Yeah, they don't. The only mission they've got is not to find out stuff. It's just to destroy.
Mass Effect might actually have an edge just because the Reapers do exist.
Oh god, the Reapers get in touch with Chaos. That's gonna be great. Oh my god.
Stormcrow's writing fan fiction in real time. It's hilarious.
But wait, can we do?
Dude, that's the reason you got a campaign. Don't judge me.
Why don't we let's just do Firefly's Reavers versus Warhammer. Just do one faction versus the other one.
Reapers versus Warhammer?
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be probably the Space Marines then, right?
I think the Reapers could actually.
The Reapers do it.
I think the Reapers could do some damage.
I think because they're just absolutely terrible.
Remember too, they can also indoctrinate using their fucking signal.
Yeah.
They probably, you know what? Chaos would probably be immune to that, though. Chaos is they're so whacked out already. I don't think indoctrination would work on them.
Imagine for 1 minute though.
Star Fury, definitely Master Chief beats a Space Marine.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they can get all the Space Marines indoctrinated, all of them.
Master Chief
all of
versus that now Spartan versus Space Marine. The Space Marine wins.
Yeah,
but Master Chief can beat the odds because he's
Master Chief. He's got Cortana.
He's got plot armor.
He does have Cortana. That's a big.
Well, this is actually something that I've always brought into this question, and it really comes down to this: whose universe are you in when the fight takes place? Because not all universes really have rules. All these universes pretty much revolve around central themes. For instance, if it's in the Warhammer universe, anybody could win. But if you're in particular universes, no matter what happens, this certain character will always win. If you're in the Home Alone universe, that damn kid will always win. No matter what you throw at him, nothing's going to penetrate his House of Wonders because you're in his universe.
That's why I
Game of
said I want to see
Thrones
Kevin
versus
McAllister
Warhammer
versus
Fantasy.
Predator.
Warhammer Fantasy versus the Song of Ice and Fire universe.
Warhammer.
Oh,
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that
mean,
I think
I don't
that,
know them enough. I don't know Ice and Fire enough. They might. Have
I know it
some-
enough. Warhammer.
Warhammer.
I think Chaos would just like make mincemeat of those White Walkers.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
ultimate
Steven.
question then. A Song of Ice and Fire versus Middle Earth. Let's go. Who
Middle
wins?
Earth.
Middle Earth.
Come on.
Yeah, Middle Earth's got a lot of weird
I think
stuff. in
Frodo
there.
and Sam alone could tear Song of Ice and Fire a new one.
Oh,
Can you just
Denmark.
imagine for 1 minute Gandalf versus Tywin Lannister? Can you just
No, I'm
imagine?
actually
How does
gonna disagree.
Gandalf not win
Actually,
that?
I'm gonna say A Song of Ice and Fire on this one.
Why?
Oh, what?
Why would you say that?
Because you know what would happen, honestly? It would be Gandalf would have this grand speech and he'd defeat like this whole army and he'd stop Tywin Lannister and all this stuff. And then he'd sit down to dinner with someone and he'd just get a knife in the neck and that would be the end of that. Because that's what would happen.
Gandalf will try to talk things out.
No, yeah, Gandalf would like go to a friend's house for dinner and like he'd get
There would be a
murdered by
party.
Bilbo.
Oh my god, even better. The One Ring gets dropped in King's Landing. Just drop there. What happens?
Joffrey gets it.
Mass murder.
I was thinking more. Remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time? What if they accidentally landed in the Song of Ice and Fire time period?
That's no spoilers from Rondo here, but
Talk about a tonal clash.
Keep in
really
mind,
want-
also, you have the Faceless Men in the Song of Ice and Fire.
I really want to see someone from Game of Thrones react to Cowabunga.
Now, Star Fury, would it be Master Chief or Shepard? Who wins?
oh,
Master Chief.
I would say Master Chief probably versus Shepard. I don't know. Shepard's got they're
Trevor
really
came back from
similar.
the dead.
Hold up, Master Chief literally fell from the atmosphere in space to the fucking
Yes,
planet and
that is
survived.
true.
Eat your heart out, Isom.
Shepard regularly tears apart giant mechs with machine guns.
Yeah, but
and-
Shepard also died falling into the atmosphere of a planet.
Yeah, well, that doesn't.
yeah.
They're not going to be fighting necessarily in space.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, but Master
Master
Chief is also what, like 7 foot tall?
Yeah.
Master
Shepard
Chief
beats
has
Krogan.
also,
Shepard
So
eats
we want
Krogan
him on
for
the basketball
breakfast.
team.
Master Chief has not I'm obviously you totally where I'm coming from. I'm bringing in rules to the universe. His universe hasn't killed him, so he's got an edge there.
Yeah, that's true.
Which means if the fight enters his universe, there's no way he can lose.
I disagree. What only kills you once makes you stronger. I think Shepard is.
Crazy, you see?
Nah.
Who else could ever say that? Well, I was dead for a couple of years, but I got better. That's a pretty rad backstory.
No, even better. Kai Lang versus Master Chief. Who wins?
Who?
Master Chief.
Kai Lang. You don't remember
Master
him?
Chief.
Wait, Master Chief versus Kai Lang?
Yeah.
Master
Who wins?
Chief would kill him with his pinky. Kai Lang. Jeez.
What about what's his name from Fallout 2? Frank.
Frank Horgan. Oh
yeah,
my
Frank
god.
Horgan versus Master Chief.
Oh, dude. That's close.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's her name from Muppets in Space?
Miss Piggy?
What?
No, no,
what?
no.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh gosh, there's a dang it, I can't remember what the name of it was. The two main characters from the one show ended up on Stargate SG-1 at the end of the series. And I can't remember what the name of the other sci-fi series was.
Claudia Black.
Yes,
She was
Claudia
in-
Black.
Farscape. You talking about Farscape?
Yes, Farscape. Because she was what disintegrated or whatever, and then they brought her back.
In Farscape? I don't know. I haven't seen Farscape.
That was a weird thing that happened. It was both she and Crichton kind of got crystallized and fell apart into pieces. and they recollected all the pieces, put them back together, got a diagnostician to do the job. It was really out there, and that's why the Rigel was collecting the pieces, and that's why he ended up with a piece that, well, Erin was pregnant, and Rigel ended up carrying the baby for part of the term.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It got really weird. Rigel is an amphibious being, and all the pieces fell into the lake. So he was swimming around down there and pretty much using his stomach as a pouch. He was swallowing all the pieces, coming up and spitting all the crystals up. They used those to form them back together and undo the process that crystallized them or whatever. So they were, even though they're in pieces, they were in a suspended animation. Problem is, the one piece that was the baby was still in Rigel. So, and they found this out later.
I'm just fucking with you.
I never caught Farscape. I never caught that one.
It gets wacky, but it's actually really good. If you just take
the one that
what I said, what's that?
Is that the one that had like the T-Rex head monsters, like alien race?
Oh, yeah, I can't remember their name. The Sakarans, I think, or
Sakarans.
Yeah, they're literally humanoids with T-Rex.
they're reptilians.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was actually that was a really good show. I loved this one scene where it was in the later seasons. There was this one character. She's really smart and she's like got all the scientific knowledge and everything. And then they get captured by people who use shrink rays on them, made them small, put them in containers. And she's sitting here going, "This isn't possible. This can't be happening because the science says that you can't do this." And Rigel's feeling like, "You stupid girl." She's like, "What?" Being the smartest one of them all, she can't believe she's hearing that. And Rigel said, "This is what happened. You say it's not possible, yet here we are. Except that there are things you just don't understand."
Yep.
So kind of hand wavy to get rid of the, why it couldn't work. But I mean, it was also at the same time a true thing. There are things we don't understand that would look impossible to us.
I thought that was a really good way of handling Thor and Asgard in the early MCU, of how he kind of said, well, science and magic are indistinguishable in my world. And I thought that was a really good way of building lore. I remember when the MCU was good.
What that reminded me of, Arthur C. Clarke, one of the rules. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Remember that?
Yep.
And I mean, look at Dune. That's basically magic we're dealing with in the entire universe. I don't give a crap what Frank Herbert says. That's everything in Dune is magic at that point, essentially.
I do love. They must have drawn from that when they created Warhammer 40,000, because I love the idea of the way that you navigate in the warp is you have a psyker, I think, who can see the beacon on Earth, and that's like the only point of reference in navigating the warp. And I always thought that's a super.
Wasn't Event Horizon basically a Warhammer movie? What the director went. Yeah,
I see it as actually a well done deconstruction of a popular science fiction trope, which is like, point to point, like wormhole travel, but it was like a kind of a deconstruction of that idea of like, okay, but what if it opened a portal to something else?
Oh man,
I'm just saying the director even like came out and said it was like a Warhammer 40K, pretty much.
Nice. But Garrett, we don't use that word in here anymore.
Sense.
Deconstruction is like really overused, and it makes Alan Moore feel important. And I don't want to have that
What's
bearded
overused?
bastard.
What's overused?
Deconstruction.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to retake some of the language, but no, actually, I see your point there, Billy, because that makes sense. That it's about chaos invading that ship. Is basically what it is. That's what a chaos taking over looks like.
All right.
I thought the best character was, I love the character of Weir, who seems like the trustworthy scientist advisor. He fits that archetype, but he turns out to he like totally goes to the dark side.
Yeah, he goes fucking crazy.
That
Ripping his
really
eyeballs out.
surprised me the first time I saw the movie because I was so used to characters, being like Spock, characters that are the wise scientist, or like Dr. Grant, in Jurassic Park. You expect them to be the voice of reason. So the fact that he becomes the voice of madness is fantastic.
Yeah, the fact that he just, rips his eyeballs out.
Where we're going, you won't need eyes to see.
Oh
That's
my
the
God.
best line.
Well, what are you talking about? Is this Event Horizon?
Event Horizon, yeah.
Okay.
He's
Oh
the
my
expert.
gosh.
Where we're going, you won't need eyes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Save yourselves from hell.
I need to bounce because I gotta wake up tomorrow at 4:30 as well for work.
All right,
And,
Crow.
All
well,
right, Dope Crow.
just a little goodbye to everybody here.
Aw.
Miss Snow, I hope everything is okay with you. And
Yes.
someday soon, just keep it in mind, we're gonna go to the VC and discuss, no spoilers, but some things concerning my channel. Let's say it like that. Yeah.
I'm worried.
Fun.
I'm scared.
Yeah, you don't worry, man. You're role playing a lizard, man. You got nothing to be afraid of. Okay?
I only have guns.
You're a lizard man with guns? That's awesome.
And you got a secret lover in the world, man. Don't worry. It's all gonna be fine. You're gonna be great. Okay? It's all gonna be great. Garrett, whenever possible, call me up. Because I got a character concept for Fallout that I think you're gonna love. But no
I love
spoilers.
it. All right, yeah, I'll try and connect with you this week. And my goal is to have. I always do like a game planning session before I start a campaign, so players can just figure out all their stuff. And,
I suggest we do like a session 0 as like a first episode, That way everyone can like get introduced to the players and the setting, you know what I mean? That's my suggestion. Don't take it with a grain of salt.
I usually do that, so yeah, that sounds. You're right on the money, Stormcrow.
That sounds
Usually.
Yeah, as a Fallout fan,
Right.
I'm wondering, have you seen Boy and His Dog?
I
Yes,
think I
I've
watched
seen that.
30 minutes of it, and I've fallen into the habit of like when I get distracted by something, I just turn something off. I meant to go back to it, and I just forgot to watch the rest of it.
Fun fact. That movie was written by the same man that wrote the most beautiful, wholesome, family-friendly story ever made. I Have No Mouse and I Must Scream. Has any of you heard that movie?
No, oh my gosh.
Oh, I love that short story.
I adore it, and it is one of the main inspirations for my first ever character, Johnny Come Lately. Run with listening, Johnny, if he wants. But I gotta go. All of you.
Right.
good
Later,
night.
Stormcrow.
Have a great
You
night,
want
Crow.
Johnny
Thanks for
Come-
stopping in.
Hey, later, Crow.
Bye. Good night.
Wait, are you telling me you want Johnny Come Lately to turn into the robot from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's
No,
the bad
he
guy.
dodged that question.
Jeez. Fuck.
Yeah, you didn't realize that after our last session?
No. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Hell, I clipped that when I clipped that and put the video somewhere. It said the moment Stormcrow went full Bond villain.
Oh my gosh.
It was in the game where he was talking to an android and got the android on board with, yes, we are superior to the organics. I was like, oh no.
My gosh.
There was such a great twist in the Orville related to that.
Oh yeah.
is the Orville good?
You know what?
I
It
hear
is
about
because
it.
it starts out as it's a cover band of Star Trek, but it's a really faithful, good cover band of Star Trek.
Yeah, it
And-
finds its footing and it has the same spirit as that 90s Trek.
Yeah, it's like in the first season, it was much more comedy satire than, but even from the first episode, the dramatic arcs are taken seriously, and it's pretty impressive because Seth MacFarlane, he understands the future. That Roddenberry created. He understands what Star Trek stories are about, which is about complicated moral questions when there's no easy answers. And so it does a very good job of that. It's what Kurtzman Trek wishes it was.
Oh,
And
I think I watched the first season, and some of the stuff was just like I feel like I'm watching stupid people do stupid things.
Now, Starfury, is that which TV villain do you wish you were? You know, or like who do you think you would be?
Yeah, that's different because you have the one you want to be and then the one you probably actually would be.
I think who I would wish I was Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad. Like, but I don't think my personality is anything like that meticulous.
Or dealer.
You know what Gustavo Fring's superpower is patience. He has infinite patience to endure every level of humiliation and defeat possible on the way to enacting his grand plan, and that's like pretty brilliant. Which is the opposite of Walter White, of course, because Walter White can't help himself.
Yeah, Walter's angsty. Let's put it that way. Yes, angst.
As Mike puts it in the show, he's like, "You are a ticking time bomb, Walter, and I'm not going to be around when you go off." Which is
oh wow.
He says that in the last season.
Dude, I'm gonna have to actually watch the whole thing. I've watched like bits and pieces of it all the way through. I have never completely watched Breaking Bad, and
you're missing out. It's like
I know.
Close to perfect as you could get for a TV
I've heard
series.
So much. I've heard so much. I'm like, it's one of those ones I'm gonna.
Then you could watch Better Call Saul. I don't think you should watch Better Call Saul first because so much of that spoils
No, do not watch
Breaking
Better
Bad.
Call Saul. It actually spoils quite a bit at the first episode.
Yeah.
But watch it after Breaking Bad because the final season of Better Call Saul was an absolutely brilliant epilogue to Breaking Bad. But also for the character of Saul. But it was kind of like the final word on the whole Breaking Bad story.
So without getting into spoilers, the last half of the final season of Better Call Saul takes place after Breaking Bad.
Oh, really? Okay,
yes.
so that's the
and
tie in there.
it's absolutely brilliant.
But
now, if somebody wanted to watch it chronologically after the fact, would it be watch Better Call Saul except for the last season, then watch Breaking Bad, then watch Better Call Saul final season?
You couldn't go wrong with that, actually. That's a pretty good way of doing it, I would say.
El Camino after.
And then, El Camino is really good, too. A lot of people didn't like it. It's a very simple story, but it's basically an epilogue to Jesse Pinkman's story.
Yeah,
So at what point does it morph into Walking Dead?
No. I liked it because it's just really just an extended episode of Breaking Bad is the movie.
Yeah,
I know they're in the same continuity because the car.
It's great for Jesse Pinkman's character though, because you kind of see his final, his final form. Like he's his final form in that because he has learned so much since he was that naive kid being manipulated by Walter White. You know, he's gotten so tough from his experiences that it's fascinating to see him apply all of those skills. And it's like he could be a match for Walter White at that point.
So what movie or TV villain are you?
Okay.
Yes, I gave mine. I would be Gus Fring.
Okay. The TV villain that I would actually be would be Sir
Wait,
Princess.
so you're a gay man?
What?
What? Who, me?
Yes.
I'm Gus Fring. Whatever that comes with, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying his mentality and his meticulous nature.
And
he murdered an entire drug cartel. I think that was.
He killed a dude with a box cutter. Okay.
And the name of the episode was Box Cutter. It is.
Oh, you know
Well,
what?
I would be Benny from The Mummy, constantly trying to save my own skin and just making everything worse in the process.
Okay, since we're not going for villains that are like not completely evil. All right, fine. I go with Griffith from Berserk.
Oh, that's a rad choice, actually. That's a rad choice.
terrifying.
So you're gay then?
No. He fucked
What? No.
No, he fucked 2 chicks.
Yeah, well, you know, he was.
Now he was
just
thinking
trying.
about-
They were beards, okay.
Well, I could say Starscream from
was
Transformers, and
thinking
I
about
could
it,
be gay
dude.
too.
He was thinking about Guts during one of them, but you know.
Guts
Besides
and
that-
Griffith take a shower together, so you know.
No.
But they don't take a shower. They just throw buckets, and he just so happens to be
Yeah,
nude.
they have a playful water fight while Griffith is naked.
No.
And yes, like the last like 4
Listen,
days ago.
I love Berserk, but you got to face it. There's some homoerotic energy there.
No shit. If you watch Star Deluxe Volume 2 one, it's just nothing but Griffith's jokes throughout the whole thing.
Oh my god.
No, I will say though, like the story arc of the Band of the Hawk leading up to the eclipse, and just Griffith and Guts, and that whole like the betrayal of their friendship and everything is,
yeah,
it's like absolutely Shakespearean. It's just such an amazing tragedy. I love it. It's like an ancient Greek tragedy. It's brilliant.
Here's the thing: it's so fun because a black swordsman. You already know Griffith is evil. He turned into the God Hand Femto, and you're like, all right, let's spend this entire arc finding out how he got there.
Yeah, I actually kind of fell off around like I don't know, I think it was like the 23rd or 4th book. I kind of fell off of it, and I think what bothered me is that when it was about the Black Swordsman versus Griffith, I liked it, but then he started bringing in all these oddball characters like the witch.
I love
and I just
but
got
be careful.
It was a different story to me. It was like, this is a totally different story than I signed up for, and I kind of just lost interest.
I'd love to talk about it, but we don't want to spoil it for Frederick and out.
Wow. I honestly can't remember much about it after the.
It goes from grim dark to grim hope, but I actually like it.
I mean, I think there's always been kind of a ray of hope in Berserk. Guts represents that to me because he never quits. Like, there's no amount of suffering or pain that is enough to stop him, which is kind of his superpower.
When I say grim hope, the series, for one, it goes from fucking like medieval dark ages shit to high fantasy.
Yeah, I would say Guts is probably he's probably in my top 10 favorite fictional characters. I mean, he's just an awesome, awesome character.
But Redoubt, what's your villain you're picking you're going to be?
Yeah, which villain are you, Redoubt?
I can't comment on that. I really...
All right, your president.
Oh, he would be a Bond villain.
You could use a historical villain, couldn't he?
You could be Colonel Cavington.
Perfect.
Wait,
you
what?
could be the guy with the funny mustache.
Well,
no.
Is that the tank commander?
I would to change my answer.
Sutherland. He also played President Snow. See, it works perfectly.
Wait, who is that?
From Hunger
Donald
Games.
Sutherland playing
Oh my
Audible.
gosh,
Oh, okay. All right.
A tank commander in World War II. Absolutely hilarious movie.
Well, the movie's called Kelly's Heroes.
Wait, hold up. Raven, would you be like who's someone who like really fucked up the currency?
What?
What was the president who got rid of it? The
gold standard?
Yeah.
You're talking about FDR.
Yeah, Raven, you're FDR. That's who you are.
Yeah, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
No, but didn't somebody else do it again in the, or at least booted the gold standard in the 70s? Was that?
Yeah, that was Nixon.
All right, you're Nixon,
It was the Federal Reserve went the silver standard. They took out silver.
Yeah,
I think it's what they took out.
1964 was the last year that any of the coins were silver.
Yeah.
God, I wish we had like a Bitcoin standard, gold standard back.
And actually, the picture that I have there, that's $40 face value. 20 of it is silver and 20 of it is gold.
Wow. I have something like that, but I'm not showing a picture of it here. I was going to say. I've got coins. They're old.
Frederick,
old
you still
coins.
there?
What?
I think he left.
He stepped away for a moment.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. I was listening. I was just
All right.
working on something.
Who are you being as a villain?
Cobra Commander.
Hey, you want?
Choice. I would have changed my answer to Dennis
Starscream. I said Starscream. You said Cobra Commander. The same voice.
Yeah. They got the best voice, plus like a mirror mask, dude.
Right.
And no one knows your face. You could take off your mask, go to town. No one knows it's you. As long as you stay
Garrett,
quiet.
explain why you want to be Dennis Nedry.
Because he's a simple man. I don't know.
We
got Dodson here. See,
he
nobody
wants
cares.
to be. He wants to be the alternate version of Dennis Nedry who got away and got the money.
He already had the money. He had half of it.
Yeah. Well,
it's
he
hard.
wanted the rest.
It's really tough. Stoffury asks a great question because there's so many great villains in the canon of fiction.
All right, Snow, answer.
What? Does it have to be? Does it have to be a fictional person, or can it be real?
Well, the question was, what movie or TV villain are you? So it has to be from a movie or a TV show.
It had to be. I'd have to be an absolute goof. I mean, I can't. I would say.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz? I can't say his name.
Doofenshmirtz. That would be Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb.
No, She-Go. Be She-Go.
No, Doofenshmirtz works better.
I would be Doofenshmirtz. I love his story. I think he's great.
Is She-Go really a villain though? Because I always felt like she's like the sidekick villain because she's just having fun.
Nah, she's 100% a villain.
Wait, Wrangler, you just... I know what villain I would be now. I'd be Dr. Draken. Someone who's clearly intelligent but completely fails.
Stoffury says Agent Smith from the original Matrix. That's a solid choice.
That is a solid choice, yes. Because you get to be
He
several.
wants to be Roy Batty. Which one, the book or the movie?
That's a good point, Starfury. Your hero is only as good as the villain he has to face.
That's right, and that's the reason why stories without real villains, or if you can't point at a villain that represents whatever it is they're fighting, it doesn't always work because there's nothing to really fight against. It's just this amorphous blob thing.
And a villain doesn't necessarily need to be a person because there is there's man versus man, man versus nature, and man versus what was the other?
Man versus himself. Man versus himself.
That's right. Self.
I know, we got a new one. It's man versus woke.
Good job. Good job.
Well, that's the real. That's why the girl boss, aka Mary Sue, is such a bad character because she doesn't have. She's great at everything, and she doesn't really face a villain that challenges her. That's kind of Ray's problem.
There's no arc. That's
She's
why.
the villain.
Yeah, there's
She's
a
the villain.
Garrett-
She actually is a villain. Yeah.
What is Guts called? What's his actual title? Not Black Swordsman. What's his actual title?
His actual title? Well, I know in Japanese he's Gatsu, but I don't know
No.
what else he would.
What he's actually called by Skeleton Knight and the other ones.
The
He has a
Struggler.
perfect name.
The
Yeah, the
Struggler?
Struggler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what girl bosses miss. Their characters never fucking struggle with anything.
Yeah, I mean, well, good. There are plenty of great female characters, usually before this decade, that do actually, and they're brilliant.
But we're talking about girl boss type characters.
Yeah, that
right,
would be
exactly, and that's their problem. That's their problem. You know, my perfect example is so in the show Shogun, right? You have this character John Blackthorne, right, and he's this Englishman who shows up on the shores of Japan, knows nothing about their culture. He's arrogant, and he immediately proceeds to just mouth off to every samurai he encounters. And what was funny about it is it reminded me of Galadriel in Rings of Power, because she goes around mouthing off at people, demanding things, threatening people.
You said her name wrong. It's
yeah.
Galadriel.
It's Galadriel or Galadriel. Either way.
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
Yeah, exactly. But what's interesting about John Blackthorne is he tries to kind of like play it nice until the exact second he doesn't get what he wants. And so he's talking to this samurai. He's like, my name is John Blackthorne, and I come to your shores to trade, and I would like to speak to your lord. And then the guy's like, what is the barbarian saying? Screw this guy. And he can't understand him, but he can tell that they're blowing him off. And so he's like, damn you, sir! How dare you be so impudent? I will piss on you, sir. And then what happens is the samurai holds him down and pisses on him, and he's struggling and he's screaming and And what's great about it is I suddenly realized that like that's why the girl boss fails, because she's acting like a man.
Oh yeah.
That's an asshole, but without any of the consequences, because John Blackthorne literally, because he mouthed off to the samurai, he gets pissed on in the face, and then they boil alive one of his crew. And I'm like, see, now if that happened to Galadriel, we might actually start to respect her, because she goes and mouths off to someone in why is the name escaping me? Aragorn's land,
Oh, yeah.
Numenor. She goes and mouths off to someone in Numenor, and so she gets her ass kicked. Like that would give her something to like learn and struggle, and But
Well, no, there's not the societal expectation of her having to do that because they keep playing both cards at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm a girl boss. I will go and I will be just as good as a man, but I will not have the same accountability as a man. And guys know
You'll somehow be a victim the entire time.
Yeah, well, that's it. If you try to say something, and that doesn't happen in well-written characters, you actually have scenes where if a woman pushes that point, some guy will say, "Okay, let's go toe to toe. Let's find out."
Yeah,
And then it
Mizu.
does happen. I've had people say something like that. You really want to go there? Let's go there. And then you have to decide if you're going to try to make a point or if you're going and how you're going to do it. If you think you're going to win, and you better be good at what you're doing if you're going to do it. Because you have to show up for the dance. And I think that's what's missing is that they're not putting their characters through that. There is, and it should be with any society, there's accountability where as you're moving up and you make your play where you go, you better bow down to me because I'm the one in charge here. You're required to throw down on why you were chosen to be the one. And if you were put in power by somebody else, you better have your tools ready because people will challenge you. They will try to find out. You don't get rank and then have somebody not try to figure out if you really ought to have it or not. And that's something that if you have a well-written character, it's not just in there, oh, I'm the leader now and everybody bows to me. You have to fight for it. And I think that women don't have, in some of the writing we have now, not everybody, but in a lot of it, there's not that accountability there. That if you're going to rank or you're going to do that, you're going to have to fight for it. And because they're trying to play the victim card at the same time, and you can't do that. You can write it in there where, gee, I just got myself in bad trouble. Kind of like what happens with Shogun, where he has to make a decision and he has to change how he's approaching society. But it could be written in and it could be done well. When you try to immediately play it as here's a victim and you can't do this to this character, there's no growth. There's no fighting. There's no becoming an actual leader.
Yeah, like one of my favorite fictional characters is Major Kira in Deep Space Nine.
Oh, yeah.
And I love her character because her whole life was kind of savagery and war. She was a guerrilla fighter her whole life. She doesn't know anything else. Now she finds herself in a civilized society, and she is now meant to be kind of an ambassador and an officer alongside the Federation. And at first, she's very rough around the edges. She doesn't understand how to kind of like be polite and like, be diplomatic. And she kind of learns that as she goes along. But then you get to like the final season of the show, and she gets this mission to help the Cardassians, her sworn enemies, defeat the Dominion. And she's got to kind of swallow her pride and like literally help the very people that she spent her whole life fighting fight a guerrilla war against the Dominion so that the galaxy can be saved. And like those runs of episodes with her are absolutely brilliant.
But here's why, because
I also love all the war crimes she committed as a girl.
that part where she has to, because there are different kinds of leaders. We don't do any of our characters justice when there's only one kind of leader. There's a warlord, there's warriors, but there's also diplomatic leaders, there's inspirational leaders, and each one of them has a role to play. There actually John Blackthorne and Shogun is a diplomatic leader, believe it or not. He's bridging two countries. And so that's the reason he screws up when he goes in there all arrogant and how he ends up paying for it. That's the only reason he's not taking out himself is because they know that this is out there. So you have to do the same thing with your own characters. If you're making a girl boss, you better have a reason that she's a boss. I had to write a character that was actually a very beta character. It's my main female character. And she's required because she inspires people to start a revolution. They want her to be up front with her, who she is as a leader. They want to say, okay, we want you talking at certain times, doing certain things. And she has to learn how to lead without having to make herself like a military leader or a war fighter or someone like that. And learning about the different kinds of leadership, I think, should be imperative when you're writing characters, because you can't just demand that everybody kowtow to them. They have to have some leadership skills. Yeah, and part of Rose's journey is actually learning how to be a leader, because it's cool to be inspirational, but if you can't live up to the role, you can end up having movements die out under you. And that's why she's required to step up. And part of her, and she starts off as a completely beta person, which we don't see that many of them in the girl boss lead. And the reason why is because people don't think that betas can do that, but they can. They just have to learn how.
And I think we need more realism in how we choose leaders in stories. I will say that, even in a fantasy setting, there has to be some accountability.
Yeah, that sounds gross. Sounds great. Yeah, you're right, Stoff. You're right. Definitely Theoden. Where is the horse and rider? Oh, what a great speech. But I was going to say to your point, Snow, it's there's like two really great female characters in the show Blue Eye Samurai, and one of them obviously is the main character Mizu, and she is a samurai, but like the hell she has to go through to sort of survive in that world is pretty amazing. But then there's this other character. She is a princess who's, she basically lives a life where she is the property of her father and she has no say over her life. And what's fascinating is there's an episode where she is infiltrated a brothel and she's pretending to be one of the professionals. And the madam, she kind of complains about her lot in life as a princess because they find out she's a princess and she complains about how awful it is and how little freedom she has. And the madam of the brothel kind of just gives her this speech and just says, like, you have so much power. Maybe you should start learning how to use it. And she starts kind of like teaching her the idea of like, use your feminine power correctly and take control of your life. Stop being property. Use the tools you have. And the transformation of this princess character is freaking great. She becomes this really smart leader who knows how to say the right things to the right people to kind of guide events in her favor. And I'm like, that is a lost art in storytelling, of telling the character who is able to, there are male characters that do this too, like Littlefinger in Game of Thrones is an example of this, but he's using the whisper rather than the sword to get what he wants. And she becomes that kind of character. And it's pretty brilliant.
Well, yeah, that's that part of that court intrigue that we're sort of missing with so many of our characters. Part of what Game of Thrones actually brought to the table and what people wanting to see was that mixture of warrior versus the whisperer, the person that actually comes in and rules through diplomacy or through deceit or through intrigue. And when you marry those two together, that character is the most dangerous character you will find on the planet. And usually it is one that learns how to become
Tywin Lannister.
Yes. When a person can wield the sword as well as they can wield their tongue, then they become the ruler of all nations. And unless somebody can bring them down. And that is, I think that's what we're missing in so many of the characters that we complain about when we say they're just handed everything. They don't have to fight for it. When we see a transformation take place with any character, whether it's male, female, you have a leader that maybe all he knows is swinging the sword. That's the Conan. His arc from just being a barbarian, from coming up through the ranks, he literally comes up through the ranks to become a king. And when he does this, he gains wisdom. Every time we see Howard's people, they gain something in each story. And Conan has this transformation that people miss. They think of him as a simple barbarian. But if you read the entire thing from start to finish, you see how Conan actually changes and he becomes more diplomatic.
Yeah, but he was smart from the beginning.
Yeah, he was
Just
smart.
people always viewed him as retarded.
No, he's smart, but he is very much focused on being a warrior. And as he gains power and he gains prestige, he has to learn how to be a leader. He learns to rule nations, and lead armies. And that is a process. It's not something you're just born with, unless you're Joan of Arc and then you just magically show up one day. And that's an incredible story. But it's even so, she has a cost at the end, and the cost is death.
Yeah, the character of Rhaenyra in House of the Dragon is actually a great example of this arc, because House of the Dragon is excellent. I just recently rewatched it again, and it was even better the second time. Because Rhaenyra, as a teenager, she really does seem like the typical girl boss Mary Sue. She complains about her life. She thinks she hates, the patriarchy. Her father, doesn't really believe in her. And he makes her his heir. And as the series progresses, she says in the beginning, like, I don't want to be, I don't want my purpose to be making babies. I don't want that. I want to have adventures and I want to have this great life. And then you get to like the end of the season and she's grown up and she has like sons and she has like this, now she has this legacy. She comes to understand that her father really does believe in her as heir. And there's this wonderful scene where one of her sons is kind of doing his lessons in the castle, and he just says, "I wish I could be like you, Mother. You're so perfect at everything." And Rhaenyra says, "Oh, my dear, I am not at all perfect, and I'm the farthest thing from it." And he says, "But I just want to be a good leader like you." And she says, "My father taught me how to be a good leader, and I will teach you, in turn." And
That's
I thought,
amazing.
what a lovely transformation for her character to go from spoiled brat teenager to she is now a leader like her father before her, and she's teaching her son how to lead. I just thought that was incredible.
So I won't spoil anything, but they are.
Do not spoil anything
Hold
in
up,
season
hold up.
2.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
serious about this. I
Here's
don't
the
want to
thing.
know.
I'm going to be honest with you. Unless they change shit, both of these leaders are fucking incompetent as fuck.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. I'm okay with finding out. I have not read the book. I'll find out in the show. But that's kind of the thing. A lot of people said Viserys was incompetent, but I actually don't think he was, but for a small stroke of bad luck on his deathbed, he actually did put everything back together at the end. It just fell apart because he accidentally said the wrong thing in his death throes, and off we go. But it's fun. But what I think is so delightful about it is that in the hands of the Rings of Power writers, Rhaenyra's story would have been about how she's not supposed to be a mother, and her father's part of the patriarchy, and she deserves all this power and everything. And that would have been it. That would have been her whole story. She would have been bitchy and whining the whole time. And it's remarkable to see a character who comes to learn how to be a great leader, comes to actually believe in herself, because at first she kind of doesn't. She thinks that her father wasn't serious, making her the heir. And then learns that, she learns humility. That's the other thing. It's she's a very arrogant character in the beginning, which is
sweet summer child,
typical of Targaryens. But she learns a level of, humility about herself and her abilities, right? Because she just thought she was the best thing ever when she was a teenager, she was a teenager. But now, as a mother, she's a totally different person. And I felt like that really mirrored life. That's how life is. Life has a way of taking you in directions you didn't plan for yourself.
You ever see the movie Cuffs with Christian Slater? There's a point where he's put in the back of a cruiser, and the cruiser's driving along, and he looks up, and somebody wrote in graffiti along a brick wall they're driving by, "Life is what happens while you're making other plans."
Exactly. Or it's the life version of the Mike Tyson quote. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Which,
I like the way he put it a lot better.
How did he put it?
No, just what you just said. He pretty much said the same thing as life will happen while making other plans. I like the Mike Tyson version better. It's more fun to say.
Yeah, exactly. It's by the way, that's what I notice in movies, TV shows that have good action and good sequences. That's usually the way they play out. Is the characters have a plan and it goes wrong and they have to figure it out. And I think Game of Thrones is very good at that. The House of the Dragon, also very good at that. Of everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Everyone's a great swordsman until they take a really bad hit or something unexpected.
Well,
happens.
and then you have
a great leader until she actually has to learn how to lead during an actual situation.
Yeah. No, and then you have the Marines plan, which is have a plan to kill everyone you meet. And
exactly.
Yeah, and that's where it should go from that. Is you have a plan until you get punched in the face, then it will shift. And a good leader has a plan for what happens when things go wrong, and it's and people will hate you because you'll be no fun at parties. But you're the one that's always planning ahead.
Hey,
that's always thinking what happens.
You want Katniss to be your favorite inspirational leader. We know that's your answer.
They chose the wrong rebel leader. They F Plutarch Heavensby, leaving Peeta Mellark to basically for dead in that arena. No, we're going to take the disturbed teenage girl and we're going to turn her into the rebel leader. We're not going to take the other one who's demonstrated months, a year of being able to communicate with capital forces and be able to communicate good with public relations. No, let's take the one that's a complete introvert, can't communicate with the general public, and generally despises most people.
Perfect puppet for the others.
Yeah, I remember liking the first Hunger Games, but having kind of a feeling that it just wasn't serious about the premise. You know, it's like there was too many nice things that happened in that arena. I loved everything leading up to the arena.
That's the problem with it being YA.
But you know what? I think you can do it. I still think you could have it be a little less bloody than you want it to be, but you cannot pull your punch on like going the full distance of the premise on that. And
yeah, but I think that's legitimately what happened. Is she was told, "Hey, you got to tone it down," because the third one does get actually a little bit more explicit with blood and shit.
And you can learn about that and more on the Heterochromedia podcast, where we talked about it last night. We had a wonderful panel. So
I know I caught a little bit of that.
And we appreciate you tuning in. And if you did not get the chance to listen to it, you can go back and listen to the replay right now. Myself, RH Snow, Billy was there, the Lord Otter, and the Ultimate Kahuna. He was there as well. Tune in if you haven't already. Yes, that's my plug. It's a plug
yeah,
that it is. Good. All right, Snow, your turn. I should probably turn on music or something, right?
Oh, was it my turn?
That's what I'm forgetting to do.
To shill? Am I shilling?
You're shilling, yes.
I'm shilling right now. I would read. God, I was having so much fun talking to you. At least we got to that point. I'm RH Snow, author of the Prometheus Award nominated, fourth time Prometheus Award nomination for Best Novel of the Year. Watcher of the Damned. With this year, we're up with Trail of Travail on my first book of my second series, Watcher of the Damned, Wanderer. And you can pick up that whole series, including the first one, Watcher of the Damned, Watcher, all 6 books. It's available on Amazon under RH Snow, Watcher of the Damned. Post-apocalyptic Texas, where mutant cowboys and rebel clones deal hot lead and heat rays to tyrants in post-apocalyptic Texas. So thank you so much for checking it out. Make sure to look it up. And I love everybody. Thank you so much. And also, as I told John, I would go ahead and shill his book. Make sure to check out John Douglas's book, The Black Crown. You'll love it. If you love orcs, you want to read this book. It has everything, including axes. Thank you so much. And I love you all. And I praise God for you every day.
Thank you, RH Snow. Captain.
That's I want Snow to plug my stuff. He's really good at that.
Phrasing.
Swords and Starships channel. There it is. The Blood and Oak Nautical Maritime Adventure series. It's classic swords and sails adventure, available on Amazon. And my channel is Swords and Starships, where I plan to have lots of fun, entertaining content, discuss all matters story, and there will be a science fiction series debuting soon as well. Hopefully this year.
Cool.
So I'm working on something to fill the void that we.
I was wondering where the Starships aspect would come in. Yeah, you're Swords and Starships, and we've seen plenty of the swords. It's time for the Starships.
Yeah, I plan to do a. My story is going to be Star Trek meets 24. That's basically.
Interesting. All right, that's one heck of a teaser. Rondo.
Shit. Hi, I'm Rondo Rondimonium, also known as Anthony Rondinelli. I am actually cooking something up as of right now.
Yay!
I don't know when it's gonna be out or anything just yet. My friend and I are planning it. Other than that, it's probably gonna be doing D&D with Stormcrow. Oh God, no, I'm kidding. I love Stormcrow.
Stormcrow's awesome.
And other than that, hopefully I can get my rear in gear and actually start writing. But just everything with my job situation and whatnot, everything's just been hectic. But anyways,
that is.
Thank you. But anyways, I am cooking something up soon. I hope to come on into the future to properly announce that.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. Frederick.
Hey, I'm penciling as usual. I'm about a third of the way in my first solo, indie comic. You can find it at imakecomics.com. And I've also got an 8-pager coming out in Anvil #3. Check
Nice. Am I going to have to do one of my full spoiler coverage videos on your book once it comes out?
Yeah, do it.
Have you seen how I cover them? Are you sure you want me to cover it?
Not yet. I'll have to check it out.
You.
All right, Billy.
On Ultimate Kahuna Christian's channel on April the 5th at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be doing Berserk Deluxe Volume 3 discussion.
Well, that
And then
sounds awesome.
On April the 19th or the 21st on Lord Otto's channel, we'll be doing Berserk Deluxe Volume 4 discussion.
Cool.
But
All right, and don't forget his only Gremlins.
Thank you. I subscribed.
I did too.
I know.
We're still eagerly awaiting with bated breath to see what the only Gremlins will post.
I was thinking about doing like a comic review.
Well, anyway, let me plug James Esparza's World Without End. You like sci-fi, you like fantasy, you like cyberpunk, you like westerns. You can find it all within the lands of light and beyond into the great abyss. Check out The World Without End because it is as wide as his imagination, which is boundless. Also, check out
as wide as his what, and you're plugging
his imagination.
What was that?
I have no idea.
Nose become possessed.
That was awesome.
I blame the Gremlins.
Yeah, the Mugwise did it. Also, don't forget to check out Haley Star, Bad Kitty, a magic-fueled sci-fi adventure. And pretty soon, Haley's World is coming April 17th. Available for pre-order now. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like. And if you didn't, appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time. And God bless.
Yay. I love you.
Laters.
Thank you, everybody, for stopping. Have a great night and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Ooh, wrong button. There we go.